What is up, guys? My name is Mitchell or Deity, and today we are going to be starting a new player guide series for Raid Shadow Legends. So this is going to be for 2025. So I play other games and make guides on them, and they are very long. Okay, this is what this guide's going to be. It's going to be a super long video for you guys to follow along, step-by-step guide to getting into this game. Most of these gacha turn-based games, the beginning of them is super important to do things pretty efficiently. And they're always very complicated, especially any of these games that have gear. So Raid is one of the games that falls in that category. And hopefully by following along with this guide, it'll be, I don't know how many episodes total, 5, 8, 15, we'll see. But the goal is to get you guys going, get you comfortable with the game to where, the main thing is stabilize your account to where whenever you play, you are accomplishing things every day and continue to get stronger. That is the overall goal. Obviously, every account differs once you get to a certain point because you'll do some summons and everyone will have different characters or people are going to focus on different things. And once we get to that point, that's where the guide will probably stop, but I'll give overviews as to what to work on from there. So going into this guide, this is the first day, first episode. If you guys are following along, we will be taking Kale from the beginning pick. Okay, so of the 4 characters, we're going to take Kale. That is just usually the safest pick for especially newer people who aren't familiar with the game to get into the game. There is the secondary character Aethel, usually pretty good, but more so for people who are experienced. So Kale is actually who I personally started with on my main account. And he works really well to get through the beginning of the game. Super simple. It helps you learn the different debuffs of the game and what is good against like boss mechanics. So going in, just take Kale if you're going to follow along. Also, if you are going to follow along, I have a QR code up at the top, a download link in the description. If you're going to be following my guide, it's pretty important you start with the same characters I do. So with my download link, one, it supports me. So if any of you guys download the game, try it out with my code, it helps me out. But 2, I picked the characters for my code. So when you start Raid with this code, it'll be the same characters for probably forever. If anything changes, there's going to be down in the description, I'll have notes as to what is different with the guide now versus whenever it was made. So if you watch this 6 months from when I uploaded in February, you can still know what's going on. And we also have a Discord. With the Discord, we have a community in there and we have clans. So if you want to get into a clan, an active clan, and I'm telling you right now, playing this game with friends, and when you do summons, you can go in and share what you got. If you ever have questions to, is this character good? You just take a picture of them, put them in Discord, and someone's going to answer you as to, is this character worth using? So the Discord is a huge thing. A link to that will be down in the description. It is a Discord for multiple games, but there is a Raid Shadow Legends section in there. So if you ever or if you are going to get into Raid seriously, highly suggest joining some kind of community, preferably mine, but any kind of community would help. But if you download through my link right away, you are going to be getting Tagoar. Okay, so once we get out of this, we'll have Tagoar on our account. He's a super good reviving character. Next up, we are going to enter the promo code Monkey King. That is for Sun Wukong. That is the current legendary. When you guys start at a different point, there might be a different legendary code. That will also be in the description. There will be a tab of a bunch of different information in the description as to what the current thing is to do. If you don't get the same character, it's not going to be a big deal. Following along with this, you'll still stabilize your account no matter who the legendary character is at the time. But right now you get Sun Wukong, super good legendary speed lead character, help you get into arena. He's just really good in arena, and there's a couple other points of content that he's good at. Okay, so those are 2. Now, we have 3 more characters you get with my code. They're going to be progression characters. Once you get to level 25, you're going to be getting Ugo. Okay, Ugo, another super good reviving character that has a ton of good debuffs and cleanses. Okay, so Ugo, fantastic extra character. Then once you get to account rank 45, you're going to be getting the character Ultimate Gallic. He's a really good HP burning character that allows you to clear some of the content in the game, Spider, which you might not be able to clear otherwise if you get unlucky on your summons, or at least to a certain difficulty. Okay, he's going to help a lot. Now, to pair with Ultimate Gallic, once you reach level 50, you're going to be getting Lady Quillen. She gives AoE attack buff to your team, which when Gallic has attack buff, he's going to AoE HP burn, which that means put a certain debuff on all the enemies. You will see as you're following along with this guide, but that is the best combination of characters I could come up with to clear the most content. So now, once you download through that, there's also currently an event going on, is the Alice Chase event. Once you log in for 7 days, you'll be getting this character here, Alice. Super good legendary character. All right, so that's a ton of characters you get for free by using my download link and following along. Okay, you're gonna have a great start character wise for going through the game. Now, if you're starting at a different time where she is not available. There's always free characters coming to raid. A lot of the most meta characters in this game you get for free just for logging in. And there's also things that are called fusion events. Fusion events are ways that you can get legendary characters for free. They are challenging, especially if you're a new player. I did one on a new account not too long ago just to test it. It is possible to do it free to play, but with that, you have to plan out your resources and be super active. But it's another way to get really, really strong legendary characters. So the raid has a lot of very free options to stabilize and just get your account super strong over time just for playing. You don't have to spend money. I know a lot of people always said raid's a whale game. Yes, you can whale and raid, and yes, it will speed up your progress. But if you want to just play a game for fun, this game has some of the best PvE content, which is non-PvP. Like, you're not playing against other players. It's just the mechanics in the game, fighting bosses. The bosses are super well designed. That's my favorite part of this game. That's actually the main reason I play this game. So speaking of Alice, this is the Alice Chase event. You're going to be getting gear here. Could be good, could be bad. It's all random. So if you get lucky, cool. If you don't, it's not a big deal. Okay, you'll have plenty of chances to get other gear. If you do get strong gear here, though, it's just a huge boost to your early account. All right, but if that tournament's not going on, then it's fine. You will have some other thing, or there will be a thing coming up. So don't feel like just because you start at a time that there's not this extra character. Don't worry about it, because you're going to get some stuff later, okay? Alice is not going to change our early game account that much. If she does, whatever character you get for free would change it the same, okay? So we're going to be focusing on the core characters that you're all going to be getting through my link. That is the main goal of this, but I will showcase some other things you can do. And if you have questions as to, is this character they're giving away free good? Again, the Discord server, the link will be in the description. Okay, so now let's get fully into the guide and go through everything. So when you first start, you're gonna be getting that 7 million gold pack. You may end up getting extra packs, depending on when you start, but for right now, you get that 7 million over 5-day gold pack. Next up, you're gonna be getting the small pack. This is a daily pack the game gives you. Sometimes it has energy, sometimes it has experience brews, which allow you to level up your characters. It's every day though, just for logging in, you'll get some kind of pack that is free and you can claim it, okay? You can also buy packs in this game, but again, free to play friendly to an extent. You don't have to spend money, okay? But if you do, it's not a bad thing. There's a couple things that are pretty decent deals. So now let's go into progressing. And there's our Tagoar. Okay, so we're going to come into our mailbox up at the top now that we finished that, and we're going to grab Tagoar. Tagoar is going to be our super good extra reviving character. One thing is your stamina as a new player. When you level up, you get stamina according to this, and if you claim any of these potions, if you claimed already, it's fine. If you claim any of these potions, it gives you what your max stamina is. So the longer you wait and level up your account, the more value these potions are. So see, this is here for 99 days. We're going to leave it in the mailbox, but if you grabbed it, it's not a big deal. There's also events that go on with raids. So right now there is this Titan event where as you do certain things, depending on what's going on with the game, you're going to be getting extra rewards, right? So just for clearing out different tournaments. So these are just, as you earn points of this, you unlock these things. That is through doing events like this. As a Dungeon Divers event. So with this, if you see here, you go through and you can earn 100 of the tournament points by doing what this says. Getting different drops in dungeons for gear is going to give you, depending on this chart down here, points toward this. And once you reach 2,600 points, you will be getting this max prize. You don't have to finish these all the time, but these are just a great extra thing to do within the game. There's a gear enhancement one. As you level up gear, you're going to complete that. And there's summon rush tournaments. Those are just for when you do summons. You're going to be getting stuff for that too. So every resource you spend in this game, very good to save, and always focus them on the tournaments. So now hopefully you're not too overloaded at this point, but we're going to go in, we're going to claim our daily login reward, and then whenever you first start, you're going to have these player points. As you claim that gold pack or spend money, you're going to get points toward this. So as you see here, here's the warm-up card, and you will get your player points to boost up as you go further in this, and it's going to give you some extra rewards. But you do earn player points every day. You can get all that stuff for free over a long period of time. Next up, I'm going to cover this real quick. We'll come back to it. This is the Call of the Arbiter. Okay, you can click on any of these and you get these rewards just by clicking share trailer, and you just click it, X out of it. We'll do it later. But there's a bunch of really good rewards in here. Problem is there's stamina. You don't want to be too overcapped on stamina because your stamina regenerates. Okay, as you're playing the game, your stamina is going to come back once you're under the total cap there. So we're at 56 of 21. We will need to get that under the the left number needs to be smaller than the right number so that you're getting stamina regen. Okay, so now the first thing we want to do is just go through and start finishing up our achievements. Okay, this is the first thing. Every new account, go change your username, find a username you like, change your avatar, and then complete all these. There's going to be a little bit of extra experience you can get at the beginning. So there's one that's lock and unlock champion. So we're going to come into Tagoar, we're going to unlock him and unlock him. It finishes 2. Next up, you're going to come out and you're going to click up in the upper left-hand corner where the QR code is, and you're going to change your name, okay? Once you change your name, you can also click that avatar icon and change your avatar. Doesn't matter what you change to, obviously. These are just to complete a couple missions real quick. So I'm going to go ahead, come up with a name, and I will be back once we have a name for the account. It's going to be boring, whatever the name is. Okay, once you have decided on username, I just did Deity 2025 guide. Like I said, it wasn't going to be anything special. You can name yourself something funny. There's been some hilarious names over time, but just get your account name. Now, one thing I want to cover real quick is playtime rewards. This game is available on mobile and PC. It has a PC client, super nice. So if you download through my code, you can download either phone or PC. And then if you're on your PC, this is a lot easier. These are your playtime rewards. You get more player points per day for being on PC through their client. But if you're on phone, it's fine. You will get all these rewards just without this, but it is about your total playtime. So I know 180 minutes of total playtime sounds insane, especially on your phone. But if you're on the PC client, you just leave the PC client open for that time and you'll get your rewards every day. And getting the extra arena hits isn't that big of a deal. You don't have to super grind this game. You can be a casual player because most of your power just comes from logging in over a long period of time and getting the free characters. So don't have to worry about that, but that is something that comes with playtime. Okay, so now that we have gotten those free things, we want to enter promo code. So over here in the left-hand corner, if you're on the PC client, you can go here and enter promo code. I'm going to have a list of promo codes that we're going to enter each day going through this, and I'll update that as you're playing along. This is one of the most important things for new players and one of the most searched things for players. But the first code we're going to enter is Monkey King. Okay, some of you guys might not be able to enter this, and I will have the code for you guys as to what is the replacement for him. But that is Sun Wukong that I was talking about earlier. Super good legendary character. I'm going to go ahead and claim him, and we're going to go from here, come down into our champions. So we did get Tagoar for free. We're not going to utilize them at the beginning. We're just going to let him sit. We will utilize them in a day or two, but we're going to go ahead. This piece of gear is actually insane. So this is super big. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my Kale, I guess. And then for these 2 attack pieces, I'm going to go ahead and put them on my Wukong and just equip them. We are going to be changing gear and everything constantly. Going through, I will try to do it as cheaply as possible because when you remove gear, it does cost gold if you are not under a free unequipped time. So from here, our characters have some gear on. If you want to level up the gear a little bit, you can. But for right now, it's not really super important. But it does have instant upgrade, but it doesn't unlock until certain levels. So you have to go through and watch this go one by one. But it unlocks level 5. We'll be there in 10 seconds. So I upgraded this to +4, and it got crit rate. That's fantastic. That's such a good piece of gear. I got lucky, but if your piece of gear there isn't good, that's the normal. Don't worry about it. We probably will not end up using that piece. So what I want you to do from there, okay, we're going to finally start making some progression. We had our quest, go down and claim all this stuff. It's going to give you some extra EXP for your account, so you see we level up. But that's just free extra things to notifications. You can have that done too. But from right here, now, X out of this, and you unlock the Apprentice Pass, okay? There's a lot of stuff to do before you go in and start actually clearing. So the Apprentice Pass is every day you're going to be earning points for this, and there's certain challenges that allow you to earn extra points. Finishing this pass is huge for your account. It also has a paid version. If you are going to actually get into raid, buying this is one of the best values for a new account for your early game progression. And I will go over that. So your basic rewards, you're going to be getting this. This is a 5-piece lifesteal set right out of the gate. And this is something that some people reroll for. So you try to get good stats on your lifesteal gear here. And we'll go over that. I'm going to look at my piece and tell you what would be ideal. But you don't have to. You just stick with the one account. It's fine. But if you want the best start possible, it's re-rolling the gear at the beginning. Okay, so from here, though, you have your paid pass down at the bottom and your free pass at the top. Going through the free pass, you see all the rewards you get. For just the basic, it's really good. You're going to be able to build up your Kale. That's the whole idea of this. You're going to be having challenges that are boost your Kale up to certain things. Or whoever your starter is, but we start with Kale, so it's boosting him up with each of these. And it allows you to just basically get him fully finished and gives you all the stuff to do that, and that's a huge start to your account. Now, if you pay for it, you get this character Rector Drath. I could have picked that for my code, but I was pretty confident that some people getting into the game were going to spend money. That's just gacha games, people spend money. So with the people being able to spend money, Having her on top of everything else, she's a super good reviver. I actually have had her on my main account when I started. Very, very good character, but it's very similar to Tagoar or well, more so Tagoar. She's a single target reviver that gives you a buff that you take less damage from AoE attacks. So super good extra character if you want to, but with the paid pass, the biggest thing with it is once we get to a point where we're trying to make our first 6-star character, this gives you everything you need to 6-star your first character, or your Kale, which is who it's going to be right out of the gate. So being able to 6-star your Kale instantly for, I don't know how much this costs, but it is a very good, the best purchase I've seen on this game that you can do. Now, you don't need to spend though. Going forward though, we have our daily challenges. These are just going to complete. We got that lifesteal gear, okay? So with that lifesteal gear, I'm going to tell you real quick about which pieces are good. Going in, mostly what we care about is the right side gear. Our goal is crit chance, arms, attack percent chest, and speed main stat boots, or attack percent boots are okay too. But let's see what we got. We got HP arms, that's not very good. We got defense chest, also not very good. And defense boots, also not very good. So it is what it is with that. None of my gear is good. Just that first piece of this was good. So again, you can re-roll, make a new account, and try to get good gear out of it. But crit chance arms, attack percent chest, and speed main set boots, any one of those 3 is fantastic. If you get any of that, congrats. You're going to have a pretty easy or much easier time progressing, especially speed on the boots, but it's not a big deal. Okay. If you don't get that, don't worry about it. Now, going forward from here, you can put some of that gear on your characters, but for right now, I'm just going to go in since I didn't get anything great. The idea is if you got one of those ones I said, crit chance, attack, or speed, or attack percent on the boot, speed or attack percent as the main stat, then you can put the top 3 pieces on, and then whichever one of those is good. You need a 4-piece set for that. But for right now, I will end up putting gear on, but let's just go ahead and we are going to clear through this chapter. With clearing through this chapter, I want to talk about you only ever want to use 2 characters when going through campaign for your first clears, because clear with 2 fewer champions, no losses. No one can die. So you can go ahead and you want to put your Kale up front if that is going to give you an HP lead, or it's an aura skill. So if you see this icon up here, you want to always have something that's giving you a bonus to your team. So this is increases ally HP in all battles by 15%. Tagoar has all allies in battles by 25, so it's way better. As you see the epic versus rare character difference, epic's already great. Now Wukong has a aura skill, but it's only in arena battles, so you have to be careful with what you're doing with that. So for right now though, this first chapter is super easy. You could beat it with literally anything. So we're going to put Kale up front so we get that lead, and we're going to put Wukong. Only use these 2 characters even when you have more slots, okay? Because this does go to 4 slots. I want you to go through and clear with just the 2 characters and 3-star every stage up to part 7 of chapter 1. Okay, once you're done with that, come back. There is a 2x speed option at the bottom and an auto option. If you have not clicked that, just click those 2 things and then just let it go. And I will meet you back here once you are to that point. Okay, so once you have cleared all the way through the end of chapter 2 or 1, it'll give you going into chapter 2. This is War Priest. It's an extra support character. Hold on to her. All characters just hold on to for right now. Don't try to get fancy or anything. Just try to, if you're following the guide, just try to follow along the best you can. And as you see down here at the bottom, since we 3-starred every stage of the campaign because we only used 2 characters, we got extra stars for getting these rewards at the bottom. These rewards at the bottom are very big for a new account. So you're going to go ahead and claim these rewards. In terms of your gems, I want to say now, try not to spend them. We're going to be spending 800 at a certain period of time, and that is the best progression we get on our account, which will be explained later. But do not, if you get up to 270 gems at some point, just want to make the note early, do not spend them. Okay, so now that we are done with chapter 7, we got to go a couple of things real quick. We will progress fast here at a certain point, but I'm trying to explain as much of the game as I can early. Now, the biggest thing as a new player is going through and finishing. These are called the Arbiter missions. You're going to hear them talked about constantly if you're a new player trying to progress. The first thing is clear stage 7, a Coward Castle on normal. Next, we need to equip a champion with 6 artifacts. So we have our Wukong here. We just got that free attack set. Go ahead and equip the extra pieces of that free attack set to your Wukong. Okay, once you do that, we can go ahead and go out of here and it'll claim that. Equip a champion with 4 artifacts level 4 or higher. We probably should equip that attack set to Kale, to be honest, but there is a challenge for that. But we might have to spend some gold. It'll be fine. You'll see me make a couple mistakes along the way, so I don't fully always remember the beginning of the game. There's certain things that I forget. This is just going to ask you about instant upgrade. Now that we're level 5, we can instant upgrade, which makes it where you just click one button and you're done. It's super, super nice. This used to be something that wasn't unlocked until quite a ways in the game. It was like level 40 or something. Now we have it instantly, which is huge. So we need to upgrade every piece to +4. I upgraded the sword to +8. I accidentally did the helmet too. But for this, you can upgrade this to +8 too. It's fine. There are just certain missions in the game about upgrading pieces of gear, and I'm going to upgrade the chest to +8. I'm going to upgrade the boots to +8. The boots are HP %. That just helps them stay alive a little bit. It's not ideal, but they're always HP % main stat. These are more fixed in terms of their main stat, but their substats are all random. So going from here, if you did log in and get the free lifesteal piece, so there's potentially going to be a login event when you start, just depends if there's an event going or not, where you'll have a free pair of lifesteal boots that have main set speed. Those are really good. If you have those, you can go ahead and put those on Kale with the 3 of these pieces or any of these that rolled how I talked about earlier, and you will have a you'll have a fantastic Kale to start the game with. But for right now, since there's an event going, there is no speed guaranteed main stat boots, which sucks. So next we need to clear stage 7 of Sewers of Arnok on normal. That's the next Arbiter mission. Before we go do that, we are going to come in here to our apprentice pass and go through and claim all of these. So as you finish that, we should be able to claim all those rewards, and it's going to give us brews. So these are our level up materials for boosting characters in the game. Coming out here, you can go in, and this is the tavern. As you see where I clicked up at the top, it's called the tavern. You click up here, and then now we're going to go to Kale, and we're going to level him up, okay? Boost him up to the max, just put the blue ones into him. Do not use this big one yet, because once you 6-star a character and use that, you get a lot more value out of it. So we're going to hold on to that for now, but go in and just max out the blue boxes and give it to him, hit upgrade. Once you do that, you'll have a new apprentice mission completed. So our goal is to finish a couple of these missions right here. So upgrade Kale to level 30, claim. Okay, once we're done with that, now we can back out of this and go into our challenges. Claim any of the stuff that is here. Honestly, what we're actually going to do from this point, I'm going to teach you one thing that's super annoying with the game. I'm sorry, but we're going to go ahead and remove these pieces of gear from our Wukong, okay? This is just a learning experience for you and me. I'm going to make sure you all suffer from this same thing. We're going to lose 40,000 of our silver, which isn't a big deal. But this is just a way to show you that there is gear removal cost in the game. So we're going to go ahead and remove the helmet, the arms, the chest, and the boots from our Wukong, okay? There's minus 40,000 gold. If you're trying to be min-max super efficient, I already messed you up, so you have to restart. But we want to go in and we want to equip all 6 of these pieces to our Kale, okay? And as you see, that first sword that we did, that was 50k. So basically, I just took 100k away from all of you following the guide, and that sucks. But it's not a big deal. You will be fine. But that is just a big thing, that moving gear in this game will hurt you big time. Okay, that's just part of it. We will end up putting Kale on lifesteal gear later, and that's why we're just going to equip them all with 3-star stuff right now. And then we want to upgrade every piece to +8. Okay, let's just boost everything that we just put on and make sure it's all +8. And we shouldn't have to touch him again for a while. But now that we finish this, we finish apprentice pass missions. Okay, that's the goal. Ideally, you would start and have lifesteal gear. If you have that good lifesteal gear, you can put it on Kale right away and you're fine. But since my lifesteal gear didn't roll good, which is probably how most of you guys are going to be in terms of when you start, unless you reroll, then your lifesteal gear won't be worth putting on him because the stats aren't ideal and you'll be in that same situation I am. But now that we can finish this, we're going to have our chickens here and we are going to have our silver. So we want to claim both these items. Chickens. Now, chickens are for promoting your characters, which is done through the tavern. If you come out to the tavern, you can upgrade a rank of a character, and then it'll give you a little tutorial, but this is how your characters get stronger. So once they're max level for their current star, you can go in and put chickens or characters of the same rarity into them. Well, I'll teach you guys how to farm and make 6 stars. Probably part 2 of the guide is when you'll start doing that. But you'll go ahead and put these 3 chickens in, and you'll click upgrade. Okay, now with upgrading that, this is going to give us another mission completed. We're also going to upgrade his level a little bit, but not all the way. So see, if we were to put all of our potions into him, he'd almost be maxed out. Let's go ahead and only put a portion of our potions. Let's put 10 into him for now. That'll be fine. And then that way he's still getting EXP as we're going through campaign until there's a point where we want to boost him again. Now that we finish that, we can go into the passes, claim this, and that gives us our 5th one, which is going to allow us to awaken him. Okay, there's going to be missions where we have to awaken other characters, but we'll do a different character once we get there. But with these potions, this is how another way for your characters to get stronger. You go into your Kale, so you click him over the side and you go to Ascend. Their Ascension materials is what it's basically called. So once you come into here, you can click over and boost Kale up to 2-star Ascension. Okay, once you do that, he's going to be getting some extra stats, and then it's also going to finish more of the missions. Okay, so we go back, claim that, and now we don't have any other missions. We don't have any books or anything to upgrade Kale currently. There is also one other option here that's upgrade skills, and you can go in and put skill books in, and it gives you extra abilities or extra damage, not extra abilities, but extra chance of landing your buffs and debuffs on the skills, and gives them extra damage and gives them turn cooldown so they can be used faster. But we don't have any of that for now. We're finally to a point where we're going to go progress again. Okay, so now we're here. We can go in. If you want to put anything else on your Wukong, you can. Say you want to put the Lightsteel gear or whatever on him, but the thing is, again, if you put gear on characters and then take it off, you are going to be losing silver to remove that gear. So we're going to try not to do any of that. Now let's go ahead and go to battle. We're going to go to campaign, and I want you guys to go through and clear chapter 2. Okay, with clearing chapter 2, just go ahead and put your Kale and your Monkey King. We will eventually be using Tagoar, don't worry. But Kale and Monkey King, we have to finish all the way to the end of this. So just use these 2 characters, hit start, let auto, get to the end of this chapter, and then we'll make some more progress in terms of our mission. So I will be back once you have completed that. Okay, so once you have fully cleared chapter 2, as you see, we get this 3-star HP set. And we're going to finish a couple missions. You'll finish your use 50 energy daily mission. These daily missions are super important. It's going to be how you end up getting your summons and extra summons. There's a bunch of summons you'll get in the game. That's going to be one thing you feel like at the beginning of this game is you don't have any summons. That's a good thing. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but it's good that you don't have a lot of early summons because you want to focus on your main starting core roster as much as you can and not break up your overall resources early on, because you're limited on how many resources you have, especially if you're free to play. And you want to build up your core team as strong as possible and then start expanding. But once you get to a certain part of the game, there's a clan system in this game. Another reason to join Discord, try to get into one of our clans. We'll keep making more if more people keep joining. But if you're going to actually take this game seriously, get in and try have fun and just play. You don't have to be hardcore. But you can join one of our clans and just progress and have people to play with. And with those clans, there's a thing called Clan Boss. Clan Boss is one of the most important things to focus on early on an account, is getting a strong team for that, to where you can earn summons. You get a bunch of summons for just doing Clan Boss every day. You don't get summons every day, but it's pretty close to every day. You will get a lot over the course of a month of your summons. That's where your rarer summons come from most consistently. So now that we finish this mission, we need to equip a support type champion with 4 life artifacts. Okay, with this, we're going to go to our Ugo. All right, with Ugo, we're going to come in and equip all of those 3-star artifacts that we just got straight onto Ugo. The right side gear is HP, HP defense. So you see HP, HP, and the boots are defense. They're not perfect, but they work. And once you do that, it's going to complete quite a few different missions. Just go ahead and go claim everything. As you saw real quick, though, I did not claim the weekly missions, and that's because of what I told you earlier. These bottles give you more energy depending on the level of your account. So if you wait to claim these bottles, you will get more value out of them as a new player. So I'm going to leave those in there for right now, and these will not go away until you complete all your weekly quests. So the longer we save these until we run out of energy, then we can come in and claim them. We'll get more value later for them. So that's the idea of not grabbing everything. The XP would level up our account faster, but I'd rather get more value out of the potions when we grab them, the energy potions. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go into our missions. We can grab the resources here, and we need to equip a support with level 4 or higher. Sorry, we need to upgrade all of them. So go in and just upgrade every single piece to +4. Okay, that's all you have to do. So boost all these up real quick. But just know, I think I said this at the beginning, but these guides are long, okay? It's just you playing along with me and doing everything step by step. They've worked really well with my other game. People, a lot of the responses were people just had fun, playing, having someone to play along with, and that's the overall goal. It's like a Let's Play series, but also a guide at the same time. I know the mission just finished, but let's just go ahead and boost everything to +4, okay? We're boosting everything to +4. We can back out of this now, claim that mission, and now we need to use 4 EXP brews at the tavern. This is part of why I don't want you to level up your Kale too much, but if you want to, you can go in and boost your Kale with 4, or you can go in and boost your Tagoar with 4 potions. Either one is fine. Kale is the one that makes more sense because we do have to upgrade him some more. We will get him to 5-star pretty quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and use him on Kale, and that'll finish the mission. But either one you do is fine. Next is summon 5 champions. Now this is the next thing we're going to talk about. Mystery shards. Mystery shards are things, they're the most common summon. You can get blue or rare characters from these. Generally you get 1 or 2 star characters that are not very good, like that's a 2-star character. He's actually not bad. I'm pretty sure this is the poison. Yeah, it's one of the better 2 stars. There's very few, and you probably won't ever end up building these characters. Some people, hardcore players, will tell you, oh, you could use this at the beginning. You technically can, but these are items you get a ton of, and this is something that helps you with your summon tournaments. But this main use of these characters is to promote other characters. So when you go and take one of these 1-star characters, level them up to level 10, from there, is that the 5th one? I don't know if that's the 5th one. No, I need 1 more. Once you level them up to level 10, you can promote them to a 2-star with another 1-star character. Then you level that level 20 up to a, level the 2-star up to level 20, and then feed 2 2-stars into it, and then he promotes again, or it promotes again. And you level it up to 30, feed 3 3-stars. So you make up, that's how you make your extra Ascension characters. It is a lot of work. There is supposed to be some updates coming this year, maybe when you're playing. Those updates will be live. There's supposed to be to where we'll go over it later, but there's something called super raids in the game, which double, when you do one stage, it gives you double rewards and uses double your energy. So you basically complete 2 stages at one time. When you're farming for your character's upgrades, you're doing it in story, and right now there's no double story, but that's supposed to be added at some point this year, and that'll make promoting characters way, way less time consuming. At least it's still time consuming, trust me. Your first 6-star character, if you don't buy that pass, it is a huge grind. And it's going to be tough, but once you finish it, it's such a good feeling. Okay, so now the next thing is clear stage 1 or higher of the Arcane Keep. So this is where you get your Ascension materials. As you saw, we went and promoted or ascended our Kale while we were promoting him and everything. And from there, we had those potions from the past. But this is something you're going to farm a lot early in the game. You can take 5 characters. It's always best to take 5 characters when going in to get experience. If you don't bring characters, you're just losing experience. So this is a no-no. Right here, you always want to bring 5 characters because any experience you get is always good, but you'll see at the end how much experience you get. But this is your core team, and you can bring any other 2 characters to this. We will have all the other characters that we get very soon, but there is level 10 on our account, and as you see, it's 1200 EXP. That's nothing. It's fine. So now that we're done with that, that finishes that mission, and now we need to clear stage 7 of Catacombs. So that is the next story chapter. So with that next story chapter, there are 2 options you can do with your team. We can go ahead and claim all of these missions real quick. And then again, my quest, I have my weekly quest sitting there. And one thing before we go do that, I want to talk about tournaments, okay? Tournaments in Raid Shadow Legends. These are types of content that come in consistently. They're parts of like the fusion event and things like that you go in, you compete at whatever it's telling you to do. So this is the novice tournament. This is everybody gets this when they first start an account. When you first start your account, for each stage you clear, you're going to be getting points. And it tells you, if you click info for whatever tournament, how you get points or whatever for that tournament. Sometimes it's farming a certain dungeon, so dragon, or it changes. Okay, so it gives you different things to farm, and you can get rewards just for doing it. And then you can compete against other players, and whoever has the highest points gets a little bit extra stuff. So this is actually a really good system for new players as to, if you don't know what to do that day when you log in, once we're done with the guide, obviously you'll have at least your teams built. Then you just come in and maybe do the tournaments that day. Maybe there's a tournament you want to, or you see some decent rewards over at the side here, you want to grab a couple of them. But it's just extra things to do that allow you to still feel like you're making progress even on days that you're lost and you have no idea what to work on. Okay, so now that that's done, the next thing we want to do is clear chapter 3. So I want you to come into campaign, go to Catacombs of Narbuk. You can claim those gems at the bottom because you should be at 30 stars because you 2-starred every stage of chapter 2. Then you come in here and you, again, can take these 2 characters, okay? These 2 characters will full clear it. Eventually, we're probably going to be using Kale plus Tagoar, okay? Kale plus Tagoar from here would be fine too. So I'm going to use Kale plus Tagoar to go through this because this is what we're going to end up doing for full clearing everything. Because the nice thing with Tagoar, the reason, download through my code, he has a revive. So you build him tankier so that he stays alive, and then your Kale pure damage. If your Kale dies, or whoever else you're using for your damage dealer, which Kale you get all the resources for early, you don't have to worry about it, right? He will be revived, and Tagoar won't die because he's so bulky. That's the idea behind it. So you'll keep bringing Kale back if he dies, and you 3-star every stage because you just can't lose a champion, and you have to bring 2 characters. So that is it. Once you clear this, we will meet back here, and I will go over what to do next. Okay, so now once you have cleared chapter 3, you'll have the story and story, whatever. You're going to come out and you're going to get the skill tome, right? So these books here, the rare ones, these base color ones are not a big deal. Like, you're going to get a bunch of them. It's just, you don't have a ton of, well, you'll have characters to boost up with them. But the high rarity one's super important. But this is going to allow us to complete some more missions now. So now we finish this, we're going to go out and claim another book here. And then we need to go in to upgrade a rare attack type champion skill with skill tome. So ideally, you have Kale, and you're going to put their books into Kale. Okay, Kale we are going to max out. He is our main, like, starting character. We get all the stuff for him. We want to max out Kale. So once you go put those books in, you're going to go in and you are going to grab 2 more books, okay? So you should have completed to get the 2 extra books. And then we're going to go out and we're going to do what we just did. Go back to Kale, go back to upgrade skills, and we're going to throw 2 more into him. So when upgrading skills, it's random as to where the skill books go. Okay, there is no way to pick which skill is being upgraded. You just throw them in and pray. Okay, certain characters don't need max skill ups, and they only need a certain skill. But sometimes you end up maxing out a character because you didn't hit the skill you wanted to upgrade, and it's tough. It's more so for support characters. So an example of that would be Tagoar. Okay, one thing is if you have any of the upper level books, purples or golds, or there's mythical books too, because there's mythical characters. Don't use those for the rarity under them, okay? Do not use those books. The only exception is sometimes using mythical skill tomes for legendaries, because it's going to be a long time before you get a mythical character unless you spend a lot of money, okay? That's the only exception, but otherwise never use a red or a legendary skill tome on an epic character. But what I was trying to say here is this. You want this skill cooldown really bad, and you also want these skill cooldowns. But you don't want this. His skill 1 does not matter. He's a reviver. He's a support character. Getting extra damage on a skill 1, not needed. So ideally, you want both of these fully maxed, but along the way, you're probably going to hit this and waste some books. So that is the upgrade system for skills in Raid. It's just how it's always been. But now you finish this, you go back to your Apprentice Pass, claim this mission, and it's going to give you 20 more brews to level up characters. Okay, once you're done with that, you can go over to your missions here. And you can go ahead and claim this. The next is get a referral link. With the referral link, you just click up over at the side. Also, one thing I didn't say is if you're on iOS and can't redeem a promo code, that link's down in the description. I don't think I talked about that. I'm so used to most people playing on PC, but if you're on iPhone, you can't redeem promo codes on any video game unless it's the test server game. So coming in here, you just click get referral link, click get referral link. Once you're done with that, it finishes the mission. And you can claim this, and then we need to fight in Classic Arena 3 times. Before we go fight in Classic Arena 3 times, you can come down here to your challenges. We need to win a campaign battle with 4 champions level 20 or higher. We will do that. But quests, see if there's anything here. We finish our dailies. Okay, with finishing your dailies, you get a good chunk of EXP for the beginning of the game, and you're going to get some gems. So those gems are very important. Gems are how you get stamina. That's the best way to look at it. Your gems are for stamina early on. If you want to summon, you can, but your gems, besides the first 800, because you're going to buy something called masteries, which we're going to get to that soon, but your gems are generally to refresh stamina to continue to progress your account, because summoning is not a huge thing. One thing with the beginning of the game, it looks like for new players, there's a guaranteed Mad Hatter event in the summon. I didn't see that. Sorry, a little sidetrack here. But when you come in, you can pick characters that have rate or that can be boosted on rate up, and these are always going to change. If you're curious, if you're going to do summons, again, the Discord, just ask in Discord what would be the characters that are best on this to pick, and you can go from there. But Geomancer is one of the best epics in the game, if not the best epic in the game. So he would be fantastic. I'll just hit confirm. You can change this later, but I have to get out of this. But there's some events for new players, it looks like. I did not know those existed in the game. So going from here, our next mission was to do arena, but we also got those potions, or the brews. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade our Kale all the way up to level 40. Okay, just do this because it finishes another Apprentice Pass mission, and we get some extra rewards. So here are 2 4-star chickens. Now you need 4 4-star chickens to get to 5-star. Okay, that's, you have to feed 4 4-star characters or chickens to boost a 4-star character to a 5-star character. That's half of it. Okay, so those two, grab those. That gets us closer to being able to get killed level 50. But that's all we're going to be able to progress with that for now. So the next mission was do arena. If you want to click down here, you can click this and click go, and it'll take you over to arena. Arena is super important. One of the best things with starting with Sun Wukong is you get a speed lead character, but I will help you guys set up a team soon. You need to assign 4 at the beginning to your arena team to finish that mission. So just put these 4 characters in, or whatever 4 you have currently, and you will finish that mission. Next up, we need to go to battle. We have to win 3 fights. So with winning 3 fights, this is where your Wukong speed lead's really good, because it's only in arena battles, but getting an extra 28% speed in arena battles is massive. So just bring 4 characters in, and you can click start on auto and just let it go. These are all bots, so you just go in, click 2x speed, let it finish. Okay, do all 3 of these fights. Kill, one-shot everything. And then go to the next one. It'll let me click it. There we go. Do all 3 of these. What else haven't I talked about or covered? We'll think about it when we get there. I know this video is long. Okay, we're going to get to a point where obviously at the beginning, there's a bunch of stuff we got to do together real quick. So they're long recorded segments. Pretty soon, we're going to be cutting a lot in the video for you guys, because it'll take longer to complete what I tell you to do. So don't worry, it's not going to be 4-hour long videos. It's just going to be a couple pretty long ones, because I mean, each little click is kind of important early on to make sure you're learning. Okay, so now this is masteries. Once you finish that, there's a thing in the game called a Minotaur. And with Minotaur, you are able to farm these scrolls. With farming these scrolls, sucks that Kale's not first there, but with farming these scrolls, it's only 10. You are going to be able to boost up every character's abilities. And these are one of the most important things in the game, if not the most important. This is probably more important than 6-starring a character. But you are going to be able to click, and each character has the same tree, okay? It just depends on what their abilities are and everything, what you want to give to them. But usually for damage dealers, you'll go crit chance, and then you probably want accuracy. Okay, this is your ability to land your debuffs. We're just going to do this for now, and you can reset this 1 time per character. So if you've ever done this and messed anything up, it's fine. So I'm not worried about going and looking what is the best you can do, but there is a website called Hell Hades that has a general outline for every single character. You can go and see what the suggested masteries are and just copy and follow along with that. But you earn these scrolls from doing a stage, something called Minotaur. As you are finishing Minotaur, you are able to unlock more and more of these, but that your character has to be 6-star or 5-star to reach certain levels of this. So you can't have a 4-star character and have max masteries on them. So that's part of the game, is upgrading both of them, upgrading both their masteries and their level. So once you're done with that, that finishes the next mission, and this is Minotaur, okay? We are going to farm this heavily, going through. But with Minotaur, you want to bring the characters that you want to get those scrolls on. That's the ultimate idea. You want to, if you bring other characters, you are going to get scrolls for characters you do not want. So you usually you would never bring fodder into this of characters you want to just level up. This is always characters you want to work on and boost. Bring them in, farm this. But this is not something you'll touch for a little bit, okay? Don't worry about it. And I'm going to teach you about buying masteries, okay? So once you beat this, at the end of the thing, you will see scrolls here. So a lot of people, this confuses a lot of people. This will show you how many scrolls you got from doing the stage. Left side is how many you got. Right side is how many you have total, I believe. So we have 3 total for Kale, and we earned 3 from the stage. You do not want to farm these early stages for them. As you progress, this is one of the easiest dungeons in the game. You will be able to farm the highest one relatively quick, or especially following the guide. I'll get you your team set up to where you can beat this pretty easily. But this is where you're going to get a lot of the extra power on your account. So now that that is done, we go out, we claim the mission. Actually, I think I have to beat it multiple times. But I want to show you real quick. The first 800 gems we get, if you go into your Kale, click Masteries, click whatever it is, or click the scrolls at the top, you can buy them for 800 gems. That's where our first 800 gems are going. You're going to earn them going through story. We'll have probably 800 by the end of this video. You will buy this and max it out. Okay, and that's going to allow your Kale to just be insanely stronger than he would normally be. Okay, that just gives you so much progression. You don't want to do that for every character, because once your account's stabilized, it is cheaper. It would only cost you like 600 gems to max out a single character versus the 800 if you were to refresh the gems into stamina and just farm that stage. Plus, you lose out on the silver to upgrade gear with. So that is where our first 800 gems are going. Again, don't spend your gems. Okay, going forward from here, we do need to go back in and beat Minotaur one more time. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to try to beat the stage 2 of it, and I will be back once this is done. Okay, so now that we are done with Minotaur, we're going to go ahead and exit out of this, and we're going to go in, and we need to earn 3 stars at every stage. You guys should have already been doing that. Bringing 2 characters is how you do that without anyone dying. Now we need to win 1 of each type of life artifact from clearing Tagoar Castle on normal. This is the most annoying missions in the game. Okay, this is where the cutting starts. All right, with the video, you're going to have to go out. You have to win 1 of each type. I'm going to go and show you one other thing real quick before we do that. If you go to your challenges, and you go down to artifacts. Well, you can claim your arena stuff, whatever came from here. It's just be some extra gold. But you go to artifacts. This is win 3 weapons from clearing Tagoar Castle on normal. You need to win 3 of each and then 5 of each of the others. So you have to just win artifacts. I'm going to teach you. We're going to go through and we're going to complete this because this ends up being a lot of stamina on your account for the later stages. And you can get, I believe, some summons from this. So this is super important to do. Might as well start doing it at the same time we're doing everything else. So go ahead, go into battle. We have to go to Tagoar Castle now of campaign and go into the first stage. Okay, this is the early farming of the game. So let's go ahead and beat it and I will show you. And then I'm going to cut and leave you guys until you finish it. Okay, this is this is a funny moment going through this because some people you could finish it in a couple runs or it could take you a bunch. So right there, a perfect example. We got a summon, so we didn't make any progress. So we need to get 2 swords, 1 because you have to win 1 of each type of artifact for the one challenge, and we need 2 for the other challenge. We got 0 total now, so we need to go in again. The summons aren't bad. All the resources you get aren't bad, but you pray that you don't have to do this too many times because you want to spend your stamina on the higher stages as we progress. But there are 3 different batches you have to do this. So there's 1 sword. We need to do it again because that finished 1 mission, but we need 2 for the total. So this is what it is. All right, this is one of the worst early game missions in the game. It's fun. There's our 2. So we're done with that mission. Now if we click next, it'll show that one of them is done. The other one we have to win 1 of each type before it finishes. So this one we need 2 of the helmets, and then it's gonna be 2 shields, and then we need to win 5, or well, I think 4 of each at first, and then 5 for the last 3, and then the final one we have to beat the boss X amount of times and win 4 of any artifact, and that is what you have to do. Okay, hopefully this makes sense. It should. If it doesn't, we'll be explaining it again later, but to get past this, you're gonna have to do it anyway, so hopefully it makes sense. But just keep going until you get your mission completed, or the pop-up mission. So there's 1 helmet, so we go again. If that was a summon or a character, like say it dropped a 1 or 2 star character or 3 star, we have to go in again. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and go through and finish all of these missions from here. Okay, there, I'm done with this one. So now I can click next and that'll pop up. As long as that's popping up, you're doing a good job for each one. But I'll meet you back here once this is all done. I'll show what it looks like, and then we'll continue. But trust me, these are the worst missions. There's only a few of them, but once we're done with them, we never have to worry about them again. All right, so when you're farming any of these missions, so we just finished the gauntlets, and now we are to a spot where you can bring 3 characters. It's not super important because these early stages give so little EXP, but since we've already beat it the first time and 3-starred it, now we can start bringing extra characters. So if you see here, we could throw our Tagoar in, and he'll start getting some experience to level up. So that you go in, and for any stage that allows you to, there's only a few more left of this, but for the next farming stages, you'll know once you can put extra characters in, put them in, be getting experience as best you can. Min-maxing this game is pretty important. You don't have to go super hard with it. It's not a big deal, but one of the other things to do is grab these, get your extra EXP and all the extra silver for these missions down at the bottom for getting so many stars at your stages. But in the middle of that, as you see, our current progress of going through that is going to be the packs will pop up. That's one of the things with Raid. All gacha games have packs. Raid's pretty crazy with the packs that pop up. You will eventually get used to just exiting out of them. Okay, it's going to take you a while, trust me. But as you see our progression here, we've gone all the way to the gauntlet, so you can go and claim all of these different missions. And what we have left to do is we need 5, 5, and 4. And you can come back and check this anytime if you're curious how far or how much more you need to do. But from right here, what I want you guys to do, you should be high enough level now. I want you to join a clan. If you want to join the Discord and try to get into our clans, that's cool. I would love for you guys to join us and have more people to play. It makes it so much more fun. The more people we have in there, especially whenever people do summons, get a new character. It's super exciting, especially when you pull something cool. or just knowing if the character's good or not. That's the hardest part of raid, and that is where joining some kind of community, and trust me, playing games with friends, that's a whole thing that makes video games fun, is playing with a group of friends. You'll make friends, just even if it's just at first you're just posting pictures of your character, see if they're good. Eventually you'll see other people join, you'll be a little more progressed, you'll be able to help them too. It creates an awesome thing. But from here, there is quick join clan at the bottom. If you do not want to join our clan, or just at the beginning, you can leave a clan at any time and rejoin another one. But I want you to join a clan right now. When you join a clan, just join anything for right now, because there are missions we have to complete, and you need to be in the clan for an hour and a half before you can complete those missions. Okay, if you go here to member and click this eye icon, to earn 3 stars of your clan activity, you need to be playing the game for 90 minutes of being in a clan. Okay, so sometimes there's daily reset. On daily reset, this will reset, so depending on when you start playing, you could end up getting screwed and have to, this will obviously reset, and you have to play for 90 more minutes before you finish that mission. But try to just join a guild as soon as possible. The sooner the better. But ideally, down in the description, there will be a Discord link. Click it. You have to click an icon that you read the rules. There's rules in the server. Click the icon that you read the rules, and then scroll down. There's the Epic 7 chat and the raid chat. Go to the raid chat and ask if there's any room in the guild, and we'll try to get you in. Okay, and we'll make more guilds, or you can make a guild, and people who are joining could come in and join you from there. So lots of, I mean, you do whatever you want with that. Now, we are going to go in. Now that you're in a guild, go start finishing the rest of that mission. So, or that the annoying mission. I need to earn 5 chests, 5 boots, and 4 artifact drops from this. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Tagoar on my team. So he's leveling. I'm going to go finish this, and I'll meet you back here once I am done. Good luck. Hopefully it goes quick for you. Okay, so now that is almost done. I need to win 1 more artifact from that stage, okay? So there are, I said there's only a couple. There's a little bit more of these stages that are similar to this, but the whole idea of the game making you do this is to learn how to farm for food. Okay, so farming for food, anytime you hear that, is farming for characters to ascend other characters. So you farm the same stage over and over to level up your 1, 2, 3-star characters, promote them into 4-star or 5 stars to keep going. So there's the last one we need, and we can go in and claim all this. So once we claim all of this, we are going to now be able to claim this book, and it's going to open up another batch of missions. So with this next batch of missions, it's going to be the same idea. You don't have to do this right now. There is a point we'll get to where we'll go in and start claiming this. But from right here, I believe it starts giving energy. Okay, it starts giving energy soon. All right, that is, we will get some energy from that. I believe these also give some nice rewards too. But once we're here, we're going to back out of this, and we're going to go down to our missions, and we're going to claim this, which was the other mission we were working on to get that. Now we need to equip another champion with 6 life artifacts. So the other champion with 6 life artifacts, we're going to go, well, I'm going to go to Kale since he got his masteries. You guys might not have this, but I'm going to buy crit chance right away. Okay, if you do have that, go buy crit chance on Kale. If not, it's not a big deal. Okay, so from here, we need to go and equip. Back to what we were originally doing, we have our War Priest. Okay, so War Priest, just go in and equip 6 artifacts. Doesn't matter which ones. I usually do 1 stars because you're going to end up getting rid of these artifacts, because we're probably going to use her and sell her to promote another character. And just all 1 stars on her for now. Okay, there we go. So that mission is done. Claim this, earn 3 stars on every stage sewers. We did that. Now we need to win 1 of each type of offense artifacts from clearing the sewers of Arnak on normal. That's why we finished that other mission, is to unlock the next batch of missions, but it's the same thing. Okay, these are the most annoying missions in the game, guys. I know, but get through these, you won't have to do them again. But as you remember, we go to our challenges here, and our artifacts, now we have to win 3, 3, 3, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, it's the exact same concept, but now we can start leveling up fodder. Okay, so if you go into our champions, you're gonna have some 2 stars and 1 stars. Okay, you're gonna have those from summoning and those from doing your normal, just clearing stages. They're gonna drop. Okay, so certain 2-star characters to watch for is maybe Outlaw Monk and a character called Arminger. So if you want to lock them, you can, but these are not needed for the guide. I might showcase them a little bit, but you'll be able to get them. Okay, trust me, they're 2 stars. You're going to get a million of them. But from here, we're going to go in. There's also characters for fusions. We're not going to worry about those on 1 stars and 2 stars for now. You can go in. We'll worry about that later. But these all allow you to go and make extra characters. So if you click fusion here, this is where you can combine characters to get cool, like pretty, especially Lady Mikage, but other characters in the game. It just gives you the ability to combine and get some other things that are free. All right, that's just another free example of things that Raid gives you. So now that we're to this point, level 15, we do not have any champions that we've gotten yet. We have to reach level 25. Or yeah, I'm level 15. But we need to go in and do the same thing we were just doing. Go back to campaign. We need to go to Sewers of Arnok, and we need to go to stage 1. Okay, so from here, you can bring in characters now to boost up their level to create fodder. So our Kale, we did max out. We could have not maxed him out, so he was at least still getting some experience, but it's fine. And then we have our Sniper here. Okay, so it's a 2-star. I'm just going to level her up, and then once we get her to level 20, we'll feed 2 different of our 2 stars into her to promote her. Okay, so we're making progression. I know these stages are annoying, that it's the same concept. We'll go in, but now we need to win 3. Okay, 3 swords from this. And this could take you 3 runs, or it could take you 10 runs. And that's every single stage. So good luck on this. Like, there's a sword, so now we need 2 more. Okay, once I get 2 more, I will go to the next stage. And just copy this. I'll meet you back here once all those missions are finished for you. This could take you 10 minutes. This could take you 30 minutes. But just make sure, biggest thing, there's 2 at least, that you're in a guild so that your time is counted that you're playing so you can finish this 3-star mission of the clan boss, or of clan coming up, because that is a mission that honestly most people that start Raid get stuck on because they don't understand it. But as you see, finish that. Now we're on the next one. So I'll meet you back here. That was fast. I'll meet you back here. Hopefully you have the same luck. Okay, guys, hopefully that wasn't too crazy of a grind, but I am done with mine. It did take quite a bit. There was one that I probably did 15 runs on, but go ahead and claim all of these missions right here, and it's going to give you the next batch of missions. Okay, you get another skill book too, and then now it's about upgrading artifacts to a level 4 or higher. Okay, so now that we're to that mission, that's fantastic. That's super easy to do. And now we need to win 1 of each offense type, and now we need to equip another attack type champion with 6 offensive artifacts. That is why we went to our Kale and put him on all the attack set gear, okay? Because he's going to finish missions for us along the way. Now, we need to equip another attack type. We're going to go to our Sniper, and we're going to do the same thing and just equip 1-star gear to her if we have any, or whatever the lowest rarity is of each type of gear that you have, okay? So if we have an attack percent piece, I'm going to put it on, but it does not look like we do. Nope. No attack percent, and any attack percent, nope. It doesn't really matter too much, but if you do have attack percent, we could end up changing gear later. So there we go. That mission is done. If you do have your Kale on lifesteal gear, you got lucky and you're using Kale on lifesteal gear, try to find another 2-star that is right here. It says attack type. So your Crusader that you got from chapter 1 going through, I believe everyone gets one. I could be wrong. But if you did get one, but otherwise just go through and find anything attack type and put 6 artifacts on them. Okay, so now it is clear stage 4 of Durham Forest on normal. Now, what I want you to do, though, is go in and your characters that we put the extra gear on, so you have your War Priest. Everything's 1-star. 1-star gear is super cheap to upgrade. So if you want to just upgrade all of this gear to level 4, it is going to finish the missions, okay? As you see, it costs 10,000 silver to do. Super, super cheap, but that next batch of missions that we had, go through and do this, and it will complete all of this for you. I believe you have to do 12 to level 4 or higher, so it is the 2 characters that we put the 1-star, or if you didn't have 1-star and had 2-star gear, just upgrade that stuff. Okay, so upgrade the War Maiden gear, not War Maiden, what is this, War Priest gear, and then go over to your Sniper if that's who you ended up having as one of your 2, and just upgrade all of her gear to +4. You do not care anything about the stats. You do not care anything about this gear. It's going to be trashed. But getting through these missions is nice because it allows it to where whenever you go back to do other stuff, it will end up completing challenges for you. Okay, so 2 more. Upgrade to 4. And then upgrade the boots to +4. All right, so now that this is done, all of these missions are done. Grab this. There's going to be some extra energy, okay? So this extra energy, you're going to be way over capped. That is just the beginning of the game. Now we're to the next batch of missions. These batch of missions, you have the 75 energy here. I'm not going to claim any of this yet. You can save the energy there and grab it later, which you're going to get more energy for each of these batches. But we have to win 3-star weapons, which that comes into play when we're doing some of the upcoming stuff. So we're not going to do that right now. Let's break the monotony. Let's make some progression. Okay, so the next batch of missions it wants us to do is clear stage 4 or higher of Durham Forest. Once you clear stage 4 or higher of Durham Forest, we're going to back out of it. But let's go over the market real quick. So the market just had a new update, actually, I think in the last month. It can sell extremely good gear, but is extremely expensive. But once you become an in-game player, it's not bad to buy some of that gear. But overall in this, anytime you see a mystery shard, it's worth buying. It's 5,000, but it is always worth, if you see mystery shard, buy it. You can see ancient shards too. So this is something, if you see an ancient shard in here, that is when you spend. So the first one, you can buy more slots. And once you buy these, they stay forever. But go ahead and buy the first couple. Buy the first 2, and then the next one is 50. Okay, you don't want to spend your gems until you see a blue shard. Once you see the blue shard, if you have the gems for it, buy to that shard. Hopefully you don't have it too early, because these first gems we want to spend on our masteries, but eventually you will unlock the shop, and you will, again, always buy mystery shards, but I would not unlock this to buy this mystery shard. Okay, it's not worth it. But that's the main thing you buy from here. Otherwise, the gear in there, until you're pretty late game, I don't know if I would buy anything. It has to be super good. If you're ever curious, again, take a picture of it, put it in the Discord and the raid chat, and say, should I buy this gear? Okay, that's the best advice I have to you. But that is the market. Next up, we have a Guardian Ring. The Guardian Ring, we will eventually end up buying this. This is super value in the long run. So there's 2 things you spend gems on. It would be unlocking level 1 of each of these, and then it's going to be the gem mine. Okay, those are some of where our early gems are going to go. The thing is, you will be at a net loss at first, as to if you could have just used these gems to progress your account, you would be in a quicker spot faster. But over the long run, if you played raid for 3 months, after 3 months, this pays for itself. Okay, and then it's all profit from there. So this gives you EXP. You put a champion in here, let's put a 1-star. As you're just playing, it just grows levels passively, and that's if the game's closed too. So this is a way that you can progress your account with the game closed, and you can have up to 5 different slots. You never upgrade the slot from slot 1 to level 2. You just make everything slot 1, but that's something that we'll do in the future. And we unlock the gem mine at a certain point. We will end up buying that because you get gems per day. It takes a while to recoup your spent gems of unlocking the gem mine and upgrading it, but over time, after a year, you're going to be so far in profit of gems. Super worth it. Okay, so next quest though is beat stages of Durham Forest. Okay, so going into Durham Forest, this is where it starts getting a bit harder. We may need to go upgrade a little bit of gear. I suggest for this, you use your Kale and your Tagoar. Put Tagoar in the front so you get the extra HP bonus, but we will probably end up upgrading Tagoar's gear a bit. But go ahead and beat the first 4 stages and then stop. Okay, 2 characters only and for at first, and beat the first 4 stages, and then we have to go claim that mission. So I'll be back once I am to that point. Okay, so once you are done with that, you are going to click stage selection or whatever. Just get out of stage 4, and you need to claim this combat mission. Okay, so once you claim that, we need to win 4 critical rate artifacts from clearing Durham Forest. Okay, so we're going to go beat the rest of the forest and try to get artifacts from it, and you'll have to do the math as how many you're getting, or you just go out and check. But real quick, we did get some more skill tomes. We want to keep putting them into Kale, so let's put 3 more skill tomes into Kale. It's going to give us our apprentice missions, and we get another mission completed. Okay, so our Kale's a little bit stronger. It's always good, and we can go ahead back into battle, and I want you guys to clear the rest of Durham Forest and count 4 artifact totals. So you could get 3 right here, but if you do not get them, go back to one of the earlier stages, ideally the shield stage, the one that drops a shield. Shields sell for a tiny bit more. The difference will be 1,000 silver on your account if you get shields. But that's the general farming, is you will farm shields anytime you have to farm a stage with no other objective, because that's the most gold or silver in this game. Silver that you're going to get returned. Okay, so I didn't get one there, so now I still need 4 artifacts, but once I beat stage 7, go back. So I'll meet you back here once you've gotten your 4 critical artifacts from this chapter of the campaign. Okay, so once you have gotten your extra artifacts, now you can go claim the next mission, and now we need to win a total of 3 lesser potions from any of the keeps. Okay, so these keeps are what allow us to ascend our characters. So we need to go in and go to your keeps or your dungeons, and then from here, what I want you to do is progress all of these up a little bit. If you would like to upgrade some of your gear at this point, you can. So one thing you can do is upgrade some of your kale gear. This will just make things clear faster, or it'll lag out whenever I try to upgrade it. That works too. There we go. So this will allow you to, one, stay alive better, and two, you will be able to just clear, because we are going to clear each different keep up to difficulty. We'll check. Actually, I don't remember. I think it's 3. I think we have to beat up to stage 3 of each different keep right now, because there's a second batch of missions that we're going to start working on. So let's just go ahead, put everything at plus 12. This is going to give our Kale another mission. So once you get plus 12 and everything, you go to Apprentice Challenge, claim this. We get new rewards, some extra gold. Okay, ideally, we want to get to this rank 10 because we're able to do the next thing. So going in, we can get Kale to level 3 of Ascension. We can upgrade Kale to 5-star, level 5 of Ascension. So from right here, the easiest thing that we can do is getting our, what am I trying to say here? Getting our Kale to the next level of Ascension. If we go into Tavern and go to Kale and go to Ascend, you see we need these big pots. Okay, so these big pots are going to be obtained from there, but if we don't get it, it's fine. But the whole reason that we're wanting to go into here, as you see, we need to equip a attack type champion. We can claim, or that's from earlier, but we need to go to dungeons. All right, so we need to clear stage 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Just go ahead and go in and clear to stage 3 of everything. So go into dungeons and then go to Arcane Keep, clear to stage 3. Okay, once you beat stage 3, again, put in fodder for your other characters, stuff that you want to level up. If anything, we start leveling up our War Priest, and just get your 3 core characters, whether it's Wukong or whatever code, and hopefully Tagoar if you downloaded my code, and just do this. And this will beat to stage 3 of each one, move to the next keep, go in order. One thing with keeps, real quick, is that they will eventually, after you played for 7 days, go into a rotation as to when they're open. Okay, these are not open all the time. Void Keep is only open on Sundays, whereas this keep for your general materials that all characters use is open every day. And then every other one is open twice a week. Okay, so you have only certain days that you can farm these. It's very important to keep note of that. And the more progress you make at the beginning of your account while all the keeps are open, the better, because there are missions that you have to farm keeps so many times. So the further you get along with that in the first little bit, it's great. But in the long run, if you can't play that first week, it's not a big deal, because there's a portion of the game that is locked behind doing so many arena battles. You have to get so many of a certain currency to upgrade your haul, and that can take, I'm on 6 months of my account, and it's taking me forever of my main account to get to that mission. So the thing is, your accounts will catch up pretty close to my account because of those missions. But now that we beat stage 3, again, just go to the next keep. Void, we only technically have to do to stage 2, but you just go in, throw the same team together, always put Tagoar in front because he's the best lead that you have, and bring your 2 fodder characters. And then I'll beat this to stage 3, and then all the rest. I'll meet you back here once that's done, and we can get some rewards. Okay, so now that you have fully completed each different keep up to level 3, we're going to go in and we're going to claim all of these missions, and this is going to give us the first summon on our account. Okay, so once you've done that, it opens up a next batch of missions. We'll come back and do this, but you can get some summons for doing this, and the summons do get rare as to what you get for completing that. And we also, along the way, we completed our mission for our dungeon. Okay, so we'll claim that, then we had to clear the rest of Durham Forest, which we should have done to this point. Now we need to win an attack percent gauntlet as a primary stat from stage 4. This sucks. Okay, that is why I wanted you to progress your challenges for your artifacts up to this point, because as you're farming for that attack percent gauntlet, you are going to be able to try to get this mission completed. Okay, that is the whole goal here. We have a mission for getting attack percent gauntlet, an attack percent chest, and attack percent boot. While we're farming this, they're different. You can get a 1-star attack percent and complete the other mission, but we want to have the ability to finish these missions along the way. That's the ultimate goal of doing multiple mission bashes at one time. So we're going to go into campaign, and then we are going to go to Sewers Varnak. You can claim your gems down here if you haven't yet, and then we need to get a gauntlet. So that is the arm piece. So now we have our characters that we're going to be raising the levels on, and we just start farming. There is multi-battle in this game, but I highly suggest not using them yet. The way multi-battles work in Raid is it'll just do the stages for you. It'll stack up all the stuff. You can set it to auto-sell, And with the multi battles, you only get 30 per day, depending on your guild. Oh, we got a 3-star character. It's actually really good that we got that. This isn't a great 3-star character overall. It's one of the free ones. There are a couple really good free 3-stars you can farm for, and we will go over that later. But a lot of these 3-stars you get, it just makes it to where you can promote other characters faster. So if we fully level up Sniper, we'll switch her out to our War Priest, and we'll level our War Priest up to 30, and we could feed some of these kind of characters into her. But we did not get the attack percent gauntlet, so that sucks. We had to go again, but that's normal. These missions can take you once, or like one run, or they could take you 50 runs. So there's a gauntlet with flat HP. Okay, we need attack percent to finish this mission. So keep going. Hopefully you get a 3-star along the way as well to complete that other mission. But just keep going, click on it, see if it's attack percent. If it's not, run it again. Once it is attack percent, stop. And I'll meet you back here once I get my attack percent one. But again, if your extra character here at the side gets max level, or even your Tagoar is max level at this point, switch them out for other characters that could be getting leveled up. So right there, HP percent. And you can sell these if you want, but you don't have to. You just let your inventory get cluttered. I'll show you how to quick sell all your artifacts later. We will sell all of this junk. So I'll meet you back here once you get that attack percent piece. Okay, so I have gotten my attack percent. This is what it'll look like. So you just click it, make sure you got that. I did not get any 3-star artifacts along the way, but at least we had the chance. Just in case we got it, we finished both missions at one time. So now we can go ahead and claim this. Next, we need to clear stage 1 or higher of Ice Golem's Peak. Okay, so just go into Ice Golem, do the same team of your 4 characters you're currently working a little bit on. Mostly important is the 3, and then just go ahead and clear this. And we want to try to clear to difficulty 3, just do each one time. One thing with these missions, I talked about super raids earlier, about this should get added to campaign. If you click this button, it doubles the amount of stamina, and it counts as 2 clears for any challenge or anything. So if you want to, you can utilize that, but for me, I want to try to do each difficulty of this because you get more tournament points. At the beginning novice tournament, we haven't really talked about too much yet, but if you're trying to compete in that and want to try to get that free summon at the beginning, the way you do that is by clearing new content. Every new thing you complete, you get points for. So if you go back and redo a campaign stage, you do not get points for it. But if you complete a new campaign stage that you haven't beaten yet, you will get points. For this, if you clear the first difficulty, you get points. You clear it again, you don't. So ideally, you keep progressing each thing higher. That's why we went to all of the different keep difficulties all the way up, and you just keep completing new content. One of the biggest ways, so now that we beat that, we'll go to the next difficulty. But one of the biggest ways to earn those early tournament points is by spamming arena. You want to do as many arena battles as you possibly can in that first batch, because that is the only thing that's not limited. You can earn as many arena or points from each fight you win, you will get points for. So any of you guys that are trying to get that summon for the original thing, trust me, you'll get a ton of summons later. It's not a big deal, but if you do want to win that tournament, the arena fights are the key to winning it. Okay, so go ahead and beat this. I'll meet you back here. Whenever you get to stage 3, it might get a little too hard. If it does, I will just beat stage 2 again. But if I do die to stage 3, one of the important things with Raid, actually, real quick, is if you fail a stage, you lose your stamina. A lot of other games, there's no punishment for failing a stage. You just go in and try it. If you fail, oh well. But in this game, you fail a stage, you lose all the stamina you put into it. So that is one big thing to keep in mind. So like right here, when I go into this, I could fail this, and that could be really bad. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but I will meet you back here once this fight is over. Okay, so now we have beaten stage 3 of Ice Golem as a speed. Ooh, actually a speed. I might end up putting that on a character. Speed main set boots are the general best thing in the game. It is a turn-based game, so that's why I was saying at the beginning of the game, lifesteal boots. But we finished up to stage 3. So now that that is done, we'll exit out, and you'll have the pack pop-ups. Trust me, you'll get used to it. I know it might be annoying at first, but now we need to clear Ice Golem 1 to 3 higher. We're done. Now we need to equip 4 champions with 6 artifacts of level 8 or higher. Okay, so our Kale already done. Everything is level 8. Tagoar, go ahead and level up this gear. One thing I'm going to give you guys the option to do is once you finish this next batch of challenges here for your artifacts, the next one is about upgrading artifacts to level 8. So if you want to go in and complete all these missions, you can, and you have to win a 3-star of each stage. I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can skip this part if you want and come back and do this later, but I want to get this done. I want to have the missions to level everything up to level 8. It's just a way to be a little bit more efficient. But again, you can go check your tournament progress and claim any of the rewards in there, depending on what events are going on. We can see what kind of progress we've made on this. So we've almost got a summon from one of the events. So hopefully you guys have good events. Sometimes you might not have any as a new player, but I'm just going to claim the energy and everything anyway. There's still 2. I'll be able to full clear all those events for sure. And there's a summoner rush going on right now. I won't be able to get much out of this because we won't get... Well, we might get a little bit out of it, but you don't get very many summons as a new player. One thing is we do have our first summon. I want to talk about summons real quick. Again, whenever there's a batch of characters on raid up here, that is very important. So right now, it ends in 1 day. I am going to summon on this new account. If you are getting into the game and you check the news or check Discord about if there's a fusion event, it is ideal to save any summons for different tournaments, okay? I'm going to summon on this account. I won't utilize anything I get that is outside stuff that you guys will get, don't worry. But it'll make it a little more entertaining. I love Athorian and I love Geomancer. The Athorian I have on my main account. If I got him here, it'd be super cool. But Geomancer is a game-changing character. He's super worth trying to summon for. So when you pick these, your chance of getting them super low. It just raises it a little bit. You could have a character here. You could summon 10 legendaries and not get them. And you could summon a billion epics and never get this one. Epics, usually you'll be able to get, but the legendaries are very hard. So with this, I'm going to rip my first summon. If you guys want to, go ahead. It may make the game more fun for you doing your summons early. I got a blue, and this guy isn't too great. Not great, but he has a heal reduction, so it's a low chance of placing it is the problem. We do need a heal reduction character. The game does give us one that we'll use, but that's fine. Okay, I'm going to do my summons as I get them just to make the guide a little more interesting if you're following along. But again, save them if you are going to play the game long term. I think you'll be happy you saved them. But if you go up here, you can go to progression rewards. You can claim these items as you level up. So we're currently level 18, so you can grab stuff from here. And there's also going to be the player and points program. You can see we can claim these items because we didn't spend any money, but we claimed the gold pack, or the silver daily pack that gives you player and points for that. Again, there's also going to be promo codes. I want to talk about this again real quick. Promo codes, there's a cooldown. So with the cooldown, you can only enter 1 per day. I will be giving you a list that you enter every single day for the first 7 days. It will make your progression go way faster. Just the extra stamina from this, if you're wanting to super grind raid, those promo codes per day, there will be a list. We have a list on our Discord that you enter day by day. We have a set out 7-day strategy. Get in, use this code, this code, this code. The biggest thing I want to say right now is don't get past level 25 in your first 24 hours of playing, okay? Or, I believe it's level 30, but once you get to level 25, kind of slow down from there and maybe do other things that aren't going to level up your account as much. Okay, so that is because the 2nd day code might work for you. It might not, but if it does work for you, it's a really good extra character you can get. So now from here, I forgot what we were doing. We are equipping champions. But what I wanted to do is I'm going to go finish these missions where we have to get a 3-star on these different difficulties. Again, this is optional, but I'll meet you back once I have completed it, just so that I get max progress out of upgrading the gear. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so I have gotten a 3-star of each different type. I highly suggest you guys just go ahead and do this before we progress any further. So once we go in and claim all this, it's a lot of extra energy. It does level up your account, and we are going to need what we just showed there. We finished arena thing. Oh, we won a defense battle. That's funny. Okay, usually that takes a while, but let's go ahead and claim this and see. Now the next mission is upgrading artifacts to level 8 or higher. So getting this done is really nice. Okay, it's just nice. And we won a campaign battle using 3 level 20s because we were leveling up our character at the same time. So now that we're level 20, we're also going to have our progression rewards up here. That's an epic skill tome. I'm going to go ahead and show this now. Going in, we want to upgrade our Kale skills. It'll show the higher rarity skill tomes. Do not use these on your lower rarity characters. We're going to feed our basic skill tomes to our Kale, but we are not going to touch that epic skill tome. Doesn't matter how close we are to the next thing. I'm going to go in here and grab some of our extra rewards, but again, I'm not claiming these bottles yet because we're still way overcapped on stamina. Our Guardian Ring, just from playing, we're getting level progression on characters. And then from here, the next mission, again, was equip 4 champions with 6 artifacts level 8 or higher. So now that we have the other mission unlocked, we can go in and upgrade all of our Tagoar's pieces to level 8. And then we're going to go and upgrade just each character that we're potentially using. We're just going to upgrade all their stuff to level 8. And that'll finish multiple missions at the same time. The thing that's going to kind of slow us down is we have to equip a character with a piece of the extra gear. So each character can have 9 pieces of gear. The extra gear, that's part of what my code, I designed my code to where we can farm Spider a lot more efficient than other codes that are out there. There's some codes with legendaries, some codes with other things like that. But my code that's a whole ultimate Gallic plus the Lady Quillen that you get at level 45 and 50. Those 2 levels, having those 2 characters will give you a spider team, which is a big deal. Okay, so now from here, we do want to go ahead and equip our Wukong. Let's just go ahead and put him on whatever the best gear we can find is. But we don't really have a whole lot for him overall. Usually the game gives you a ton of swords and a ton of shields. So I do have a speed main stat boot, but I'll try to just make my similar to what all you guys will have. If I have any speed main stat boots, I'm going to equip it to him. So let's just go ahead and equip these. That's fine. And we need to upgrade this to +8. These lower end gear, it's really cheap to upgrade them. So now we're going to check our chest, see if we have any attack percent. We do. We have a 2-star. But with the attack percent, the thing is we want to save the attack percent for... I'm just going to use one of these. That's fine. We want to save the attack percent for specific characters because you have to equip characters with attack percent boots, gauntlets, and arms. That's part of why I want you guys to go ahead and farm that batch of missions out now, just to have the stuff, because with boots we should have... Yeah, there's an attack percent boot. We just saw the attack percent chest. And as long as we have an attack percent arm up here, somewhere, yep, there it is. So we're already good. So once you guys farm that out, if it does take a long time, you'll be happy because you have the resources for later. So it took me like 30 minutes to finish that, which sucks, but at least it's done. Okay, we don't have to worry about it anymore because it is finished. We never have to go back and do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and equip, I don't know, these crit damage ones. Sure, let's go ahead and equip this. I'll boost it to +8. And then we want to boost a helmet to +8. So let's just, doesn't matter which helmet, just equip this one. The higher rarity obviously gives higher base stats, if you guys were curious. So if you're gonna have a character you're actually using, you want to have them on the higher overall star. That's the rank of the gear. And the more you have, the higher the base of it is. So now he is all +8. So that is 1, 2, 3 characters, all +8 gear. Now the ideal scenario is if you have an attack type champion. I'm going to go down to my outlaw monk here because he has poison. So I may end up actually utilizing him. Depends. If you guys pull one, maybe lock one. But we want to do all right side attack percent. So find 3 pieces of attack percent gear. It could be 1-star. It doesn't matter. It's just for a challenge. The lower rarity, the easier it is to upgrade, costs less gold or silver. So there's the attack percent chest, and now we need to find that attack percent arm. Let's see if we have a 1-star one. The gauntlets, as you saw, took me forever. So there's an attack percent. So we got to equip this, upgrade these pieces to +8, and I'll go ahead and just put 1-star pieces on the rest of him and upgrade him to +8 as well. So let me go ahead and upgrade this. If you do have 3-star pieces of attack percent, definitely utilize those first. I didn't have, yeah, I didn't have that. Okay, so now for the sword or the next pieces, I am going to go ahead and just throw 3 stars on them just in case I do end up using them. I guess I only have a 2-star helmet. We'll throw the 3-star there. And now I need to upgrade each of these pieces to +8. It takes 30,000 gold. It's not a lot. It could take even less. Yeah, that one took 10,000, maybe 15. So it's not bad to upgrade these pieces either way, but now that that's upgraded, that should finish our mission. We're good to go. And our next mission is defeat 20 characters in Classic Arena, but we also went and finished this challenge here. So 12 artifacts level 8 or higher. It's actually 100 stamina, and we need to equip a champion with accessory, which we will get here hopefully soon. But in here, I'm not going to claim those. So let's go ahead and just go in, and we need to do 10 arena battles. So go to your arena. With arena, as you're playing, you're going to have a couple things you can do to get extra battles. You should have some extra battles from the rewards of this. But just go in, take your strongest team you can. Again, if you have Wukong or any speed lead, put them up front. For arena battles, you gotta check up here. But other than that, just go in with whatever characters you end up starting with in case you are starting at a later time and have different characters, and just blast through these. You have to do 5 battles. So do 5 battles, let it auto. You will win all of them. If somehow magically lose one, just do another fight that isn't that team. At the beginning, I'm pretty sure it's bots. I don't see these being real people, but it'll be fast. So I'll just sit here actually. I know this video is super long anyway, but we'll complete all these battles together. Might as well. Going through and following along with the guide, I think overall you should be able to get your account within the first 7 or so days of playing pretty well set up. That's and once you play for 7 days and at least can log in and do something, even if you aren't able to super grind every day, just logging in, maybe using your quick or multi battles on just progressing a 6-star or something, just doing the bare minimum possible for that day and getting your login reward, you will see crazy progression over time. So you can follow these videos at your own pace. Like I said, I know they're long, but if you can only get through a third of the video today, that's fine. Just pause the video, come back, reopen it tomorrow where you stopped, and keep progressing. There's nothing you have to do in specific certain days except for the Spirit Keep challenges. Other than that, just play at your own pace. You don't have to super grind. So now we need to upgrade 2 artifacts to level 12 or higher. We're going to go to our Tagoar. We're going to upgrade his arms and his chest to level 12. Okay, if you've already upgraded these, just go find another piece of gear. But these are HP percent main, and that is going to give overall just more benefits because he's a support character. So now that mission's done, we grab this, and we need to clear stage 4 of Felwyn's Gate on normal. And the next mission is win attack percent chestplate. So go ahead out of here, and we need to start going through chapter 5 of campaign. All right, we will start flying through this. They start spreading out the missions soon. I thought it was earlier than it currently is, but again, 2 characters, all you take, and then you start progressing. Your Kale should be, everything's level 12 on him. Your Tagoar, you upgrade a little bit. If you do start failing this, go upgrade your Tagoar's helmet and shield, but go ahead and just complete this whole chapter. Go all the way to the end of the chapter, and then we'll meet back here once you beat it. But again, if you start failing, just go upgrade Tagoar's gear, and you should be good to go. All right, I'll meet you back here once you are done with chapter 4. Okay, so once you beat all of chapter 7, your Kale may die in that, and you may have to manual, but just your Tagoar will eventually revive your Kale. So just maybe run it again and just pause it at the end and try to save your skill 3. You shouldn't have any problems here. If you need to, you can go upgrade gear a little bit too. Like I said, upgrade Tagoar. You should be able to 2-star full clear. And then we get another summon here, and we get some more of our silver. So with that, I am going to rip the summon for fun, see if we get anything good. And then we'll progress a little bit more. But I feel like these summons just... Okay, another 3-star, and I get him on every account. Okay, so with getting that, it's fine. He has some stuff. We'll look into him later. I'm just basically seeing if we get any legendaries or any higher. Check the shop occasionally. Again, make sure there's no blue shards there. They do cost 200,000 silver, but they are super worth to buy, and always buy your mystery shards as well. Okay, you always want to go in and buy those. Now, we finished this mission. We need to win an attack percent from stage 5. So we can just click go. It'll take us there. Make sure you have your characters you want to level up. And you need to get an attack percent chest. Okay, so it doesn't matter the rarity. Just every time you finish the stage, go ahead and click. See if you got the attack percent chest. If you did, you're done. Okay, so I will see if this first one is attack percent and be nice. It's not. Okay, so I'm going to farm for a little bit until I get that, and I will meet you back here once it's obtained. Okay, so we have gotten our attack percent chest. We're able to move on with progression. It didn't take too long there. Now we need to clear stage 1 of Minotaur 3 times or higher. And then you need to win boots with attack percent. Okay, so these 2 batches of missions, I want you guys to go through and do. Well, and we're going to come back once you're done. So go back and you, just like we did with the chest, go do that with the boots. And that's the last one of that batch of missions. But we need to go through. Just go to Dragon Lair, make sure you're on normal. There is hard mode. You obviously can't do hard mode, but just go ahead and beat stage 1, 2, and 3 of this. Tagoar in the front. Same general concept, and I'll just throw Sniper in because she'll do a little damage. She has gear on. But from here, or well, actually, throw him on, start leveling him up. But doesn't matter who you use, just use your 3 main characters, your legendary promo code, whichever one's available at the time, and go from there. Okay, so I'll meet you back here once you beat this up to stage 3, and then go get that next mission of the attack percent boots. Okay, so I went and finished Dragon, and I went into campaign and got my attack percent boot. So now that that is done, you can leave here, go ahead and claim this. Equip an attack type chamber with gauntlet, chestplate, and boot as attack percent. So now if you haven't done those missions, you need to go back anyway and just farm until you get all 3 of those. As you saw, I did that earlier. I'll go out and show real quick the character just so you know, but you should have plenty of those. You have attack percent there, there, and there. That's all you have to do on any attack type champion. So just utilize that new stuff that you got. And then from here, go and claim this. And then again, I wanted you guys to join a clan. Just go join a random clan or join the Discord. Try to get in one of our clans. Either one is fine. And then next we need to upgrade 2 more artifacts to level 12. We're going back to our Tagoar. We're going to upgrade his helmet up to plus 12. And then we are also going to upgrade his shield to plus 12. Since he's a support character, it makes sense to upgrade his bulk, right? So we're getting extra defense flat there, and we're getting extra flat HP. So with supports, you want to supports, healers, those kind of characters, you want them to have more bulk and survivability. Whereas damage dealers, you would upgrade the sword or their arms, chest, whatever down here. It's the highest priority. And that is just the general thing with any kind of gear gacha game. So now I want you to win 5 classic arena battles, and then I want you to go through Palace of Aravia. Okay, I want you can go full clear Palace of Aravia, but go do these 2 things, and I will meet you back here once you're done. As you see, we are only at 3 of this. If we click, you have the refills, okay? It will refill for you by using that. So just go ahead, win your 5 fights, go do that, and I'll meet you back once you are cleared with the next chapter of campaign. Okay, so now that you have done the arena mission and completed the next chapter, I don't have any issues. You guys should not either if you've followed along to this point. If you do fail a stage, just go back in and try to figure out why you're failing. We will go ahead and claim these gems. We're up to 365. We're getting close to, not really, we're about halfway. All right, so now that that is done though, we go and claim our missions. And now we need to upgrade a champion to rank 4. Okay, with upgrading a champion to rank 4, you can go into your tournament, claim any of the free stuff if you've achieved anything. But to get a champion to rank 4, I'm going to show you guys the leveling up system within the game. Okay, so you do have the option, you can take your war priest and utilize her. But if you got any drops along the way, I highly suggest utilizing one of these characters. Try to save one of everything for at first. It's nice until you know exactly what you're doing. But you go in and feed. So if you see right here, feed and then click max and then click 1 back and see what that gap is. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him to level 29. I'm going to throw a 1-star character in and finish him. Okay, now that he is leveled up, we can go back out and we're going to go and find a level 2 character. So now we have our sniper. We're going to upgrade her rank by putting in 2 characters. Don't worry about the fusion for 2 stars. And then now we have a 3-star sniper. Next up, we're going to go into another 2-star, and we're going to level up this guy. He's locked because they give him to us in campaign, and we want to upgrade his level. Again, do the same thing. You will farm stages for this generally, but for right now, this is just my best way to learn how to quickly get your next character. So we do max and click 1 back and then feed some 1-star characters into him, or 2 stars, but preferably 1 stars first to get him level 20. Now we go and upgrade his rank. So now, if you see here, we are almost able to fully level up our character. If you need more 3 stars, what we're going to do, instead of using him for now, I'm going to use him later, it's fine. It all ends up the same. We're going to have to unlock our sniper as well. So unlock her. And then from here, we're going to go and we're going to summon 10 characters. So we're going to click summon here, and we're going to, if we get any 3 stars, cool. If we don't, we're going to utilize these. There's 2 stars, that's good. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 2 star, 1 star, 1 star. Okay, there is a couple champions you can get from that are very solid to have early game. But now that we're there, we're going to go down to one of our 2-star characters we just summoned. And then we are going to level them up, click max, go 1 back, level them up, and then feed 1 stars into him to get him to level 20. And then now he's level 20, we're going to upgrade his rank, throw 2 of the 2 stars that we just got from summoning in. And if you need to summon more, it's fine, whatever you have to do to get there. Then we're going to go ahead and go to our Skullsworn, and we're going to upgrade his rank. So we're going to take those 3 characters. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice my sniper. We don't care about her. I'm just going to click sacrifice, and I'm going to do this. Okay, so there we go. There's our 3 characters we just boosted. You can use other characters you pulled, but there we go. We boost that, and now he is 4-star. Eventually, once it loads. I don't know why I'm like not loading everything. Usually I don't have any problems. Something's wrong with my PC probably. So once this eventually goes, the reason we did an extra character is because we're going to end up taking this character and feeding him into our Kale. Okay, oh, it's daily reset. Okay, that's why. Oh, it's daily reset. So if any of you guys start a daily reset, it's 6 p.m. Central Time. That's the best way I could time-wise frame it for you. 6 p.m. Central Time. And with the reset, if you are trying to do the clan mission, mine just reset. So now I have to play for 90 minutes from right when the reset starts until the end. So that's a hard part of making like a guide in the first day is everyone's going to be starting different times. That's why, again, I say you don't have to do everything in the guide on the first day. It's fine. So it finally took the characters. There we go. All right, so you don't have to do everything the first day. You can spread this out, but now we have the 4-star character here. So now we have the 2 4-star chickens from the Kale missions. We have him. Now I want you to go over here to the left, and I want you to click on the Call of the Arbiter series. On the Call of the Arbiter series, click on stage 1. Don't claim any of this. I mean, you can. There's gems here. You can claim this stuff, but I just don't want to take the stamina. That's a lot of stamina for progressing that you can grab later when you're out of stamina. It's also multi-battles whenever you get to a certain point. But you want to keep going over, and there is going to be a 4-star chicken on the 10th episode. You click share episode, copy, exit out of it, Bang. All right, now we have our fourth 4-star chicken to upgrade our kale. So go to your tavern, upgrade rank, click your kale, and you can feed those characters that we just boosted into it. Okay, if you're ever curious on upgrading character and want to make sure you didn't mess it up, and because there's certain missions that are upgraded character to 5-star, you can scroll through this and make sure this is a champion level 40, and you see there's no missions for a while. But the first couple of champions that you get to 5-star isn't too bad. So as you see here, there's nothing about boosting character 5-star for a long time. So that's not a big deal. But always check before you upgrade a character that there's not an upcoming mission and what you're working on that's going to screw you over. So we'll go ahead and sacrifice. It'll bring that checkbox up because it is a fusion. But with it being a story farmable character, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and click. And now we have a 5-star kale. That's huge. So now we can upgrade his level a little bit. I want to let's throw max, then we'll go like 3 back. Let's save a couple potions. So he's level 38, and that way he'll level up as we're progressing. I have new dailies. I won't claim any of them today. But just know I am technically on my second day playing now. So from here, we can go to our passes, and we're going to go to our apprentice pass. And I'm not going to grab any of the daily challenges because you guys won't have that if you're on first day. But now we hit rank 10. Now that we're at rank 10, we can go ahead and grab these, and it's going to allow us to ascend our kale up higher. So now we can go to ascend, click our kale, and boost them all the way up to 5-star ascension. Okay, I think this is the best thing you can do. There is a mission that is ascend a character up, but we can just find another character to ascend. If we do a 2-star character, if we need to, it will be fine. But let's go ahead and ascend them up, and that's going to complete more challenges for us. It completes 2 challenges right there, which allows us to grab some extra skill books for him. Once we got the skill books, our kale is about to be infinitely more powerful. And we gotta wait for that mission to go before I click on kale. There we go. Put the skill books in. He is 1 off max now. So, and his only one left is a skill 1. So that's really good because this is now on cooldown, and this being on cooldown helps a ton. And again, I'm 1 book away. I do have that epic book. We're not using it. We'll get plenty of rare skill books. Those higher rarity books are super important. So now that we've done that, we need to go and clear stage 2 or higher of Ice Golem's Peak. So again, I'm going to try to clear up to stage 5, but just go in and try to clear your Ice Golem to whatever difficulty you can. If you fail a stage, just go back and clear the one before it. It's okay. Next up, we need to win 1 of each type of artifact, of speed artifact from clearing. So the new chapter we just beat, go get an artifact of each, just like we were doing before. Clear stage 1. Once you get a sword, click next, get a helmet. Once you get a helmet, click next, but you might have to repeat. And then we need to upgrade 2 artifacts to level 12. We're going to upgrade our Tagoar's final artifacts, his sword and his boot, to level 12. Okay, and then I'll meet you back here once you're completed all that, and that should take you just a few minutes. Okay, so once you have finished the mission of getting all of the speed artifacts, 1 of each type, and then you go ahead and we're going to upgrade again, like I said, my Ugo, or sorry, not Ugo. We are getting Ugo soon, though. Ugo is at level 25 with my code, so that is a big character for your account. So go ahead and upgrade the boots and the sword up to plus 12. That doesn't give you a lot of boosts. The boots at least give you a little bit, but overall it doesn't do a whole lot. Next up, you have to clear stage 7. We've already done that. Now we need to clear Minotaur 2 or higher, and then do arena battle, and then beat the next chapter of the campaign. Okay, that's the next 3 missions. I want you to go ahead in, and with Minotaur, again, go in and do the highest level that you can. So that's, and then with Minotaur though, I generally don't take any other characters except ones I want to boost. So this is not something you'll bring fodder into. I'm gonna bring the little outlaw monk guy because he's funny. If you guys got arming or outlaw monk, you can lock him and start raising him up a little bit. I don't think I really need to. I'll raise his accuracy if I get some for him, but it's because he has poisons. Overall, if you don't have them, it's fine. Just your main core characters are what you want to be bringing into this. If you have any other characters for logging in or whatever, this is the ideal thing, is trying to get masteries on them is super important. Okay, so we beat that stage no problem, and we got some points for the tournament. So just go through this, and then I want you guys to do the missions, clear the next chapter of the campaign. Again, just bring Tagoar and Kale. You should be fine now that your Kale is 5-star. You should beat everything pretty easily. Shouldn't need to upgrade any gear. If I have any problems, I'll come back and tell you what you need to do, but otherwise I will meet you back here once you have finished these 2 missions. Okay, so you should have completed the next chapter of campaign, which is chapter, I believe, 7, and you get this character Rocktooth. This character Rocktooth has an unhealable. He's actually very nice to have on your account to help you clear the magic keep, or sorry, the spirit keep. So He's a great character to have. Just hold on to him. Do not sell him. You will probably be sad if you sell him. But once you clear this, you're going to get an artifact set. We probably won't touch it. And then we need to upgrade a chamber to level 40. You guys easily should have done that. We need to upgrade 2 more artifacts to level 12. So we're going to go to our Wukong. We're going to upgrade the sword to level 12. And we're going to upgrade the shield to level 12. And then I want to show you guys something here. Once we do that, hopefully we get crit damage. We got res, that's terrible. But if you look at this, the flat attack on this 4-star piece of gear is 120, whereas on our Kale, the 3-star is 98. So that is a pretty substantial difference, especially for a lower tier character. Having a 4-star weapon instead of a 3-star, it would not be the worst idea ever to switch this over to your Kale. So as you see, my stats on the Kale weapon are crit damage, accuracy, and HP. It's actually all decent on him. So we're going to leave it, but that difference is a big difference. Now, one of the other things you have is your masteries. When you farmed, if you're curious on this, there's a Hell Hades website. I can link that down below. And then you can see, but I'm going to go ahead and grab accuracy on Kale. You do get 1 free reset on this, so just make sure you can put stuff wherever if you want. For now, that's what I'm going to do on Tagoar. Tagoar has 10. I'm going to go ahead and just give him defense, and I'm going to give him HP. This is not the ideal Tagoar, but for right now with clearing campaign, I know we get 1 free reset, and we'll utilize that whenever we're going to properly build our Tagoar later. But that extra HP, I mean, 1,000 HP and 100 defense, whenever his base stat or his current HP, that's a lot. That gives him a ton of extra, especially defense. He only has 273 defense. That extra defense is huge on him. 75. That's a percentage boost wise, insanely big. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can claim this mission, and then we need to clear stage 1 of Fire Castle. This is going to be slow. Okay, Fire Castle is probably the hardest dungeon of the general farming gear dungeons, and then we need to win 10 classic arena battles. Then we need to win 1 of each lifesteal artifact. So as you're going through the next chapter of campaign, repeat the stages if you don't get the artifact. It's very hard to keep track of this one, but the way I do it is I go through each stage, and if I don't get the artifact, I will just repeat the stage. Or you can go through, beat all the stages, and then bring food and try to keep track, but I do it 1 at a time. It's just easier for me. And then you need to clear stage 7 of the next chapter as well. And then you need to send a champion to 3 stars, and you need to upgrade affinity bonus. So I'm going to come back once we need to send a champion to level 3 of Ascension. That will be the next thing. But for now, you know how to do all of these different types. For Fire Castle, you go in, bring Tagoar, Wukong, just bring your general characters you've been using, and then just go in. It's going to take a while. Fire Castle sucks, but it won't be too bad. Tagoar's a 2-hit, and Kale gets up to a 3-hit. And you'll see as we go along, or as you farm through this. But go finish all those missions and get back to me whenever we are going, or you are ready to do the Ascension mission. Okay, so now that you have gone and gotten 1 of each type of artifact and fully cleared that chapter, you're going to be getting these 2 missions done. And then next we need to ascend a champion to level 3 of Ascension. Okay, so the character we're going to try to do is either going to be War Priest or Rocktooth. So the problem with War Priest here is, you see, we need a little bit more. With Rocktooth, we also need a little bit more. So with this portion right here, depending on which character you want to do, I think I'm going to do Rocktooth just because that heal reduction. I want to show you guys we all get Rocktooth, so it's a character that we can utilize. The thing with War Priest is with my code, you're getting way better support characters. So we're going to go in, and what I want you to do now is go down to your challenges, claim any of the challenge stuff that you just happen to complete. If it has stamina, you can leave it if you want. But for right here, I still need to equip a champion with accessory, which we may be able to do right now. But all the campaign mission, or the arena mission, sorry, that you did, you can go there. And in the dungeons, you see, we prevented, so we finished that one. But if you look here, we need to clear to stage 5 of Magic Keep, and it's going to give us some of the extras. So that's what we're going to go do to finish this up, is just clear stage 5 of Magic Keep. You can also go do any of these. We're going to end up doing them eventually anyway. So that is the next mission that we need to go accomplish, is go and get the rest of the materials to ascend. Now, I want you to go back into campaign, and you've been 3-starring every stage. Go scroll through and make sure each one has 3 stars next to it. That means you're bringing 2 characters, doing everything properly. And we just got a Sylvan Watcher ring. So with getting the Sylvan Watcher ring, I don't think that's going to be usable for us. We don't have any Sylvan Watchers, do we? We do not. And even if we did, we'd have to level them up before we could put it on them. So with not having that, we are not able to equip anyone with a ring. That is the hard part of this right side gear is... Oh, that's a 5-star ring. That's kind of nice. It's just hard to get them. Okay, so we're not able to complete that next mission yet. That's fine. So Check your guardian. Always keep a character in here. That passive level, it does add up over time. And now go ahead and go beat 2 stage 5 of the magic keep, and I'll meet you back here once you've done that. What character I'm bringing? Outlaw Monk. There we go. All right, I'll meet you back in a second. Okay, so now that you have gone and gotten enough to ascend your Rocktooth up into Ascension 3, you don't have to level him before you ascend in this game. So you just go ahead, ascend him up to rank 3. It's going to give your progress mission finished, and now we need to upgrade an affinity bonus. Okay, so with upgrading an affinity bonus, that is up at the top, there is the Great Hall. So coming up here, we are going to first, I think you have to do some attack, but the first thing we're going to do is upgrade accuracy. Okay, accuracy for this is for our Kale. It just gives them extra chance to land debuff. It makes it a lot easier for any of the characters of that element. You will eventually boost all of this up, but that is a huge commitment. I can't imagine how long it takes to fill this all the way up. So we need 50 currency. Okay, so I have currently 45. I need to go to arena. I need to do a few more arena battles. So we'll knock out a few of these, upgrade that. We always start with accuracy. And then I think you have to upgrade attack of each one for a different mission. But for right now, if you're following along, I'll check everything before we commit to any of them. But I always do accuracy first. I made the mistake of doing attack percent on my main account and kept going with it. And I mean, any of the bonuses are nice. It's not a huge deal, honestly. But ideally, you go with accuracy just so that all your characters are easier to build. So I need one more fight and we should be at 50. I missed crit on every single hit right there. That's actually impressive. Every single hit missed crit. He's on lifesteal, so that person has proper gear on Kale. Having lifesteal on Kale is so big. All right, so there's 51. So now that we've gotten that, let's go ahead and upgrade the Great Hall. Accuracy, upgrade. There we go. Now that is finished. Our progress mission is done. Next, we are at the point where we need to earn 3 stars in 1 day for clan activity. Okay, we're going to continue up. We're not going to beat the first campaign in the first episode, okay? We're going to get to a point where we have to deal 500 damage to Demon Lord. And because you have to wait till this mission pops up to do the 500 damage. So with getting 3 stars in 1 day for clan activity, this is kind of a pain. You need to go into your clan, again, join whatever clan or join the Discord to get into a clan. And then from here, you are going to go to members and click this little icon right here. Once you click this icon, it tells you what you need to do to get all of them. So with this, I can get 2 star by battling Demon Lord 1 time, or I guess technically it's still counting that I've logged in, so maybe it'll work out, but I need to do 2 Demon Lord battles. So Demon Lord, this again is the most important thing in the game. In my opinion, for early game players, we need to go over to battle and we need to go over to clan bosses. So with clan bosses, we go to Demon Lord and just go easiest difficulty, go in, bring whatever strongest team you can. It does not matter for this first one. We're going to bring the Outlaw Monk. The reason he's good is because he has poisons. So you just come in here, do whatever damage you can. Okay, that is the ultimate goal, 2x speed it, and you have to manual this both times for the first day because you're not going to do enough damage to quick battle it. Eventually you get to a point once you do the max damage you need to for each level of the boss, then you can quick battle. But as you see, those 4 poisons right there are going to give us an insane amount of damage. That's where this 2-star character actually is somewhat viable in the game. It's kind of crazy. That's a lot of poisons. I've already got 200k damage. That's not bad for a level 11 no gear Outlaw Monk. That's actually really funny. So he may be a character if you can watch for him. And Arminger is the other 2-star. He does HP based damage. So any kind of HP based damage in Raid Shadow Legends is insane. It's going to help you out tremendously because all of these kind of boss style content can be kind of cheesed through that. So there's only a certain amount of characters in the game with a skill that does HP based damage. And any of those always have just extra value because of that. So go ahead. This shouldn't take too long. Your team should die relatively quickly. You want to try to make sure you have at least 500k damage total on your team. But by the time we get to the next mission, you'll be plenty strong enough to get that total damage needed. So right here, we've already reached a 500k. That's a number you want to be able to do in 1 key. The problem is you only get a key for Demon Lord every 6 hours. So we're going to utilize our 2 keys to 3-star the mission. But then when that clan boss mission pops up, we have to wait until we get our key back, or you have to spend gems. But we're going to wait till the key back, or if the key is back, and that's going to be part 2 of the guide. So when part 2 comes up, if you guys want to play a little ahead, my only advice is try not to get to level 25 or level 30 before the second day, just in case this promo code works, because it's a void character, which is a character that doesn't care about elemental disadvantage in this game, and it's super, super valuable. So if we get it, cool. If we don't, it's not a big deal, but just try not to get past rank 30 if you do play ahead before part 2. So right there, we did almost million. Yeah, about 1 million damage. That's pretty solid. So I do have to run this again. I will come back once this is done, and we will get a little bit further before the end of this episode. Okay, so we have finished the earning 3 stars for clan activity. Again, I want to just click into this and go to member, go to the icon here, and this tells you everything you need to do to finish this mission. Again, this is the most common mission that is probably searched on YouTube for raid. So once you do that, you can claim this, and now we need to clear stage 4 higher of Minotaur's Labyrinth 2 times or higher, and we have to unlock a mastery on a champion. Again, when you're doing Minotaur, only bring characters you want to boost up their ability and go to the highest stage that you've been able to complete. I'm going to try to do stage 6 and see how it goes, but if you need to do stage 5, just do that 2 times, and then you need to do it until you have enough to unlock a mastery on one of these champions. So you may have to run it more than what it says, but to know you have enough, you need to click into your champions, and then it'll show a red dot icon. So I will do that real quick. I'll farm until I can go boost up one of the abilities, and then we will do that, and we're almost done with the first part of the guide. Okay, so if you see down at the bottom, the red dot next to my Outlaw Monk little 2-star character, we have gotten that. If you have not gotten that, you need to go do a little bit more of that dungeon, but I'm just going to unlock accuracy on him for right now. That's going to be easily the best I can do. And then from there, I'm probably going to build him bulky, but I won't upgrade his second one. We'll just leave a red dot by him because there might be a challenge to do another upgrade later. Now that we've done that, we need to progress a little bit further in the story. Okay, so next is clear stage 7 of Deadlands campaign. We get a summon, so I'm going to rip my summons. And you guys have to win 5 artifacts from Ice Golem's Peak. Just go do the highest level of Ice Golem Peak you can do. And then it's another chapter. We have to clear stage 7 of Godfrey's Crossing. Okay, and then it's defeat 35 champions. So what I want you to do from here is go clear all of chapter 7, get the golem artifacts. Okay, so just go do whatever the highest level golem is. Those 2 missions should already be done for you. You should have your Tagoar and your Kale already plus 12 on everything, and then do the next mission and then start doing arena. Okay, and I'll meet you back once you are fully done with that. If I run into any issues in campaign, if stage is getting too hard, I'll come and talk to you guys, but otherwise your character should be almost exactly the same as mine. You should not have any problems getting through here. And this is chapter 9 and 10, and there are 12 chapters, so we are very close to getting to the end. Most of the annoying missions are done. The biggest thing is now we just have to wait the 6 hours before we can do that clan boss mission. So during that time, I'll wait, and then I'll start making the second episode of the guide. So if you watch this first episode, the second episode will be out very quickly after, and I'll show you the promo code and everything to enter. The problem is with promo code, I'm going to have to record the episode, and I'll redeem the promo code and throw it in there once we get, I'll just cut and then throw that in, and then the rest of the guide, because I'm going to record before I use the promo code. That promo code, we're not going to worry about that character on the part 2 of the guide if we get it, and some of you might not get that character. So it's a 3-star. It's not a big deal. He's solid to have. So otherwise, you'll use a different code, and we'll have a list of all the codes again down in the description, and especially in the Discord. The Discord will have all resources that you could possibly need to get into raid. Okay, that's all I have. I'll meet you guys back here once you do all those missions. Okay, so we have reached the end. If you had any problems going through that chapter or any of the chapters, just level your gear a little bit. You'll be fine. Just let it go. If you need a manual and make sure Tagoar has his revive at the right time, it's fine. It's not too bad. Now going into arena, once you do all your fights, aim for the weaker people if you can. You get a free refresh every 15 minutes. I did lose to this top team. He was just faster than me. He had speed boots on his character. So depending on everything, you may have to battle a couple extra times. But once you defeat those 35 champions, we are done with the first part of the guide. Okay, so if you're starting right away when I upload this video, then you might have to wait a little bit for the second part. It'll be out the next day, but I am going to start recording it right away. So those of you guys that are currently to this point and want to know what to work on next, or if you have gone through the game and have maybe you use a different download code, I highly suggest using mine. If you're going to continue watching my guide series, you've seen how the videos are laid out. Yes, this was a grind, but hey, from here, if we are going to do our 2 summons, if you are willing to download QR code at the top, you're going to be getting 4 epic champions on top of using promo code Monkey King. You're going to get Sun Wukong. With the 4 epic champions, you get Tagoar right away, Ugo, then you're going to get Ultimate Gallic, and then you're going to get Lady Quillen. I always forget her name, but she gets AoE attack buff. So that allows your ultimate Gallic to be very good. That was a 3-star, not very good. Our last summon, another 3-star. No early luck, unfortunately. So one thing is, with this event, there is a 2% chance of getting legendary characters in the first so many hours of playing the game. On part 2, we're going to be able to crank all the way up to get our first summon for this. So if you really want to grind, then you can continue pushing forward in story, continue leveling up your Kale. If anything, if you want to use some potions and ascend your Tagoar, it will help a lot. But just keep using Kale and Tagoar to get through the rest of campaign. And then from there, we are going to be doing the next difficulty of campaign, because those of you guys that don't know, there are 4 difficulties of campaign. Our goal is to, once you get those characters boosted up, you continue pushing through this. Those of you that bought that first pass, it's going to help you 6-star your Kale right away, and you'll be able to fly through all this. But for those of us that did not buy the pack, because this is going to be a free-to-play series, by the way, I'm not going to spend any money on it. This is for, if you spend, you'll be ahead of me. If you don't spend, it's fine. But we'll go ahead and claim all these resources. We're at up to 500 gems total. We're going to be getting our void shard, 2 void shards once we next episode of the guide. But then your goal overall is to continue pushing through, get your Kale 6-starred, and then farm Palace of Aravia for speed main stab boots. That's the ultimate #1 goal we are aiming for. But before you get to that portion, you are probably going to farm a little bit in potentially hard, and you are going to be farming for the 3-star War Maiden, and she's another character. So those of you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine, we'll cover it tomorrow. But if you're starting on the first day I release this guide, you want to grind, you might have to wait a little bit. But overall, for our tournament and everything, we're in a good spot. But downloading through my link, I covered that. I think that's everything. We finished up the tournament. What are we ranked? So you saw how hard I grinded. I am double the next person. So following along with this guide, if you do it all on the first day, you have a pretty decent chance you'll win the tournament. I have gotten my points up to 9,000 in this tournament before fighting, and I lost. So if you get unlucky, it's 1 summon. It's not a big deal. Honestly, getting second place is probably better. The gyms are probably just overall better. But that's all I have. Thank you guys for watching. If you're going to follow along with the series, you're willing to subscribe, that'd be awesome. I know it's a super long video, but now your raid journey has started. Put a little trust in me for the next couple episodes to get your account stabilized, and in a month or 2 from now, you should be looking good, and you'll probably be as addicted to this game as I am. So thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.